Warning: the views in this program are based on the opinion of hosts and guests. We are four friends who like to sit around and talk about a variety of topics. This show may be political in nature and may appear one-sided if no one of opposition joins in on the conversation. We try to find common ground on sometimes sensitive topics. So grab a beverage of your choice and let's have a conversation.
Why don't you go home and cry to your granny? Dolph, tie up the brat. Lisa, hold the book. Vincent, get the truck. And Keith, darn it, change your name, please. That's not scary, and I'm embarrassed to say it. Boris, try that. Keith, you know? Oh, watch out for Keith.
April 29th.
2022.
It's hard to believe we're at the end of April.
Bro, seriously.
What's our magical episode? We're coming up to it.
46. 42?
I don't know. I'll have to rewatch.
Yeah,
48.
62.
I feel like I really got my
It's either
voice
46
in
or
40.
48.
Okay.
Something like that. Where are we at? What number are we on?
So we got a few months out yet.
Yeah, a few months
So we got
out.
like a month.
Okay.
2 months. It's going to be like August, the middle of when it's hot as balls.
That'll be the one where we
Really get our voice.
all right.
Yes.
Yeah. I was almost ready to commit myself to having the
And people are probably wondering, what are they talking about?
what's the Ghostbusters?
You have to watch the
Reference.
new
one.
the new Ghostbusters.
The new Ghostbusters, yeah. What were you going to say, John?
I was going to say that I almost committed myself to doing the Jeopardy episode on that one,
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
but that's going to
I would not win.
that one's going to take, and I keep saying
We have
it's
till
gonna take a
episode
while.
48.
I'm going to have to lock myself in my office.
You're
for
going to
the
need to
weekend
start it
try
soon. If
and
you're going to,
figure
we
that out.
should do it for that
Well,
episode.
that's what
That
I'm
would be
saying.
hilarious.
He's got a lot of prep to do for it. That's going to be a tough one to do. It'll be fun.
Well, what if we each do like a certain piece of it?
Well,
Would that
no,
help?
no, because
Because then we know the answers.
yeah,
Yeah, but then he can play.
no,
No.
I'm not even sure how to put it together to where we can have multiple answers.
Okay.
How do you have multiple answers, though? Jeopardy doesn't have multiple answers.
Well, multiple. How do
Don't you have
how do
5 sections?
buzz
and then,
in and have all the different?
Oh, because how do you know who
Oh.
goes first? Oh,
how do you
because
know
it's like
which
a
question?
time.
How do you know which question even? I'm gonna have to do it with hyperlinks and all sorts of crazy.
Oh,
To click
yeah.
on this one and to click on that one. It's gonna be interesting.
So maybe we have to develop our own version of it.
I might have to. We'll
Not
see.
really.
I gotta figure it out.
You could do it on like an Excel page and
That's
do a
what I'm-
hyperlink for each one and then just go back.
That's what I'm thinking. I could do it on.
And
a
then somebody's
Google
going to have to keep
Sheets.
points.
Well, I
'Cause-
wonder if there's
Because
an
how I do
online
the
version.
Google, because how I use Google Docs here, and I can make all the hype, and I have all the
Mhm.
hyperlinks. I could do that on a sheet.
On an Excel sheet, and then you just literally go off those boxes. Yeah.
Create all.
And
the,
then whoever wins that box gets a color. Whoever has the most colors wins.
Oh, see.
Huh.
See?
Oh, now we're cooking.
Now
Done.
Now we're starting to.
All right.
Mic drop.
She's back. She's back, ladies
Ready.
and gentlemen.
I'm going to be the FOPOTS. Shit. POFUS. POTFUS.
You know that's going to be a crumb, right?
What?
That's going to be a crumb.
That is going to be a crumb. That's absolutely going to be a crumb. I cannot get Twitter to read
I'm
it
gonna-
for me.
Oh, I got Twitter on.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately,
That's because Elon Musk kicked you out.
I sent a request for
That
somebody
was his
today,
first.
and I have not seen anything from anybody.
Who's on
yet.
True Social?
I am too.
We are.
Oh,
We're friends.
oh, we are. Yes, we are.
We're friends.
We are.
I
Okay.
think so.
So I'm going to back up. There's
we're not
actually
Friends.
there is a template to do a Jeopardy online. I found a template.
Oh.
Done. See,
Leave
we
it to
got
Wendy.
this.
All
Wendy's
right.
got this. So Wendy just volunteered to do this.
I don't think Wendy would want to do this.
I don't care.
I'll play if you want to do it, but I'm just saying it's obviously going to be a lot of work. So
Wendy already found the template, so she's halfway done.
'Cause-
I know, right?
Questions, we're good. We're good.
And you know what? We can have our audience give us some ideas as far as topics.
What the
Oh,
five?
there you go.
So we're gonna do Ghostbusters as the main,
Oh,
Okay.
right? All Ghostbusters. So we
yes.
need 5. Is it 5 or 6?
six
main
categories.
topics.
Six,
So
six,
6.
six categories, and it's 5 down.
I don't know. Wendy's got the template.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hold on.
think
1,
so.
2, 3,
Give her a
4,
minute.
5, 6 across, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5
Okay,
down. Yeah,
so
very good.
guys, Christine, of course, you're gonna get one of these. You're gonna have to pick a topic. We need 6 main topics for Ghostbusters. Anything Ghostbusters, old, new, everything, correct?
Yes.
Everything's open.
Yes.
And 5 questions for each one of your categories.
There you go.
Go.
Can we do?
Let Keith
Can we
know.
do movie
Or
references?
don't let Keith know.
Yeah. Why not?
Is that unfair?
Why?
Do movie reviews.
Not
Movie
movie
references.
reviews, movie references.
I don't think that's
I was like
unfair.
the occasional restaurant review.
See, again, a Ghostbusters reference. Good one. That's actually very good.
I'm ready. We're good.
If
Let's
you
take
have
on the
not
world.
seen, I will say, if you have not seen the new Ghostbusters, highly recommended. Every bit as good as the original, if in some ways a little bit better.
It was very well done.
It
Very
was.
well done.
Especially for the person who half saw the first one and hasn't seen any other ones. It was good.
Yeah,
That's
it was-
all right. You don't need to see the other ones.
It's
You really don't, do you?
No, 2.
No.
There's the only references to 2 was Ray's a cult,
Yeah.
and other than that, there's no other references.
There was
to
one
2.
with chicks, right?
No, well,
Yeah, but
that's
that doesn't count.
That one was a reboot, and that one
It
doesn't.
was
count.
Ghostbusters, so technically it is Ghostbusters.
Yes.
I guess.
They should have called it Ghostbusters: The Next Generation. or
Ghost
something.
Yeah, that's
Ladies.
true. Yeah, go.
Should have closed it Ghost Ladies.
Yeah.
Something.
Trans ghost.
Bustettes.
Trans ghosts. Double ghosts.
The Bustettes.
The Bustettes. There you go. We should say hi to
Oh,
everybody.
Lindsay's got a thought running through her head, and she can't say it out loud.
No.
All right, time for memes of the week.
Say hi to
All
everybody
right.
on there. We got Christine's on.
Oh,
Buzz the Boat.
Heavy
Kathleen's
Metal's
on. Heavy Metal Beer
Yay!
Club's on. We got it.
Christine's
We're missing
on.
some people
Mom,
tonight.
Dad. I know.
Great
Where's
to
my
see
family?
everyone.
What is up with that?
Where's my family?
I'm telling you.
They were bowling last weekend. Like,
If anybody's watching from Truth Social, because I did advertise the hell out of this on Truth Social.
Oh.
say hi.
Thank you so much. Say hi.
We just got on True Social. Very
We
excited.
are up to 600 and something followers on Truth Social right now.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
I have
Wow.
like, well, I don't.
They're
do
one of my
anything either.
few that follow me.
True Social
Yes.
or Coffee
Coffee
Table
Table
Chronicles.
Chronicles.
Coffee Table
on
Chronicles?
Truth Social.
I don't even think Coffee Table Chronicles followed me back.
Because you were supposed to give me your.
I friended you. I followed you.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'll have to go back and look through it.
There's a fight brewing.
Rude.
God. You know, we're going to switch spots. John and I are going to start sitting next to each other.
Yes.
It's getting very hostile.
It is.
Yes.
We have to keep it boy, girl
telling
for, you know, equal.
Equal
shots.
To even it all out.
Uh-huh.
All right. We got a busy show.
Okay, can we
tonight.
show some
We will
memes?
probably go over tonight. I'm just warning everybody now. So.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true.
All right. Memes of the week.
All right.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Hold my beer.
That is great.
Hold my Billy beer. What the fuck?
Because his
What's a
brother,
Billy
hold
beer?
on. So for reference,
It really just took
Carter
me that long to
Carter
read that.
had a brother.
That's Carter.
That's Jimmy Carter. So
Okay.
Jimmy Carter had a brother called Billy Carter, and he had his own brand of beer. For when his brother was in office, that was his 15 minutes of fame, and how he was going to make himself rich was Billy Beer.
What a terrible name.
I know,
I
right?
know, right?
It's just a terrible name.
But I don't think his brother was going to allow him.
Well,
to
I mean,
do
look
Carter
at Jack
beer.
Daniels.
Yeah,
I mean,
true,
dude's
Carter
name
beer.
was probably Jack. And
Yeah,
I mean,
but I don't know. Jack Daniels is kind of like Harley Davidson.
She's a
Jack
mean,
Daniels.
lying, dog-faced
Pony
pony
soldier.
soldier, isn't she, Barry? Shut up, Joe.
do you want to die?
You want to die? Oh man.
Dog
There has
face
been-
pony soldier.
I don't care. I really want to know what the story is behind this,
Exactly. Because it's been
because that's just so Biden.
Right.
For
And
everything.
this is, when Obama is sitting there and repeating in his head, never underestimate Joe's ability to fuck things up.
Yeah, like what the hell were we thinking? Yeah,
because this picture has been the butt of so
Forever.
many memes.
forever.
Yeah,
It's
that-
from
right,
forever.
right.
Like I
Long
would love to
time.
know originally how we got it.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Heavy Metal says, love the NASCAR Brandon shirt.
I know.
Lindsay?
Well, I can't see it because I'm not on the screen.
We are drinking. What are we drinking tonight?
I don't know. They can't see us.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. I was going to say, wasn't he the worst president ever up until now?
My beer.
Hold my beer. No, hold my beer.
Yeah, exactly.
No, he's having a stroke. Hold my beer.
Well, his mouth looks like he's having a stroke.
That's because he's too busy shitting his pants.
So obviously everybody saw this, and so I'm going to bring this up.
No, I
later on.
haven't.
You haven't seen this?
No, I haven't
Oh,
either.
it's
Oh,
awesome.
yes.
Because so Elon tweeted this. 2
No,
days
I
ago,
know. I've seen similar to that.
And so obviously
Did
you
he
can see
actually
where,
treat it?
Yes,
or
he actually
tweet
did
it?
tweet
Treated it?
Yeah, treated
So
it.
you can see where he is on the left of the center.
Yeah.
On the upper.
Yeah.
And then the center gets closer to him in 2012. And then obviously the center passed him by because the left just kept on going to the left.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, very much so. Very accurate.
Yeah.
Very accurate. I like Elon. I'm liking him more and more.
I'm liking
I
him
know.
more and more. How about this? This one made me laugh.
Oh, I got one that's gonna make you laugh too. don't
Oh
worry.
my god. That's funny.
That's hilarious.
Is it funny that I can hear
Thank God
SpongeBob
for
in my head?
Turning
Right.
Point makes me laugh so much. They have so many good ones.
They are funny. I saw that the other day. I thought it was funny.
Did he
as
really
hell.
tweet that?
No, but
No.
still,
Fucking A, I wish that'd be great.
there is a real tweet that I have in the
Please do
newsletter.
it.
That a real tweet from today.
From him.
Yes,
Awesome.
that is hysterical.
Oh, really?
He is hilarious.
I guess
Now, is this his real Twitter? Like, this is him. This
that's
isn't.
his picture.
This
That
is
his
well, I
pic-
know, but this isn't his publicist.
No, I'm pretty sure this is all
Okay.
Elon.
Yeah,
Like, this is
yeah.
truly
Because
him.
I'll show you the real one from
Okay.
that I got off of Twitter
From him.
from earlier today.
Okay.
Okay.
Because that's what's even better.
That was a good one. I
We
like
found
that
that.
one. You sent
I
that to
sent
me.
that.
That's a good one. It's
It's true.
pretty much sums
Kind of
it
want to
up.
get that
Just
on a
singed
canvas.
around the edges. That's all.
Now, this is not political when I put up there, but it's funny as hell. I love it. Well, yeah, Doc. See, the problem is obesity runs in my family. No, the problem is nobody runs in your family.
Bro, you got like 4
I
chins
thought
and
that was pretty
6
funny.
boobs.
In the 1980s, A&W tried to compete with McDonald's quarter pounder by selling a third pounder burger at a lower cost. The product failed because most customers thought the quarter pounder was bigger. This is why I don't argue online.
There is a lot of truth to
He
that.
found that out
That
last
should
night.
be the
And I
profile
told him, I
picture
said,
for Dan.
Well, 25% is less than 33, right? And he was
Right.
like, what? How did you even think of that? And I was like, that's what it is. And he was like, I never would have.
No, I said I
It's just the way your brain works.
I
like,
thought- I
that's
think
what
about
I
it different
see.
ways
He
than-
sees
than
it
you think
different.
about it.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what's crazy. I'm like, no, I see it like that. Like, it was so funny.
So this kind of matches yours, John. I found this. I love this one.
Right? Exactly.
The
That's
bluebirds
good. That's
are like-
awesome.
I
I
told
love
them they
that.
should be pooping on pooping little bluebirds.
That movie still creeps me out today. It was very well done.
So Wendy
Fog
and I,
does
Wendy
too,
and I
doesn't it?
last year actually saw. So we were talking about the birds, and so we actually rented it online and streamed it and watched it. And afterwards, we were both like,
It was obviously
It didn't age well.
no.
No,
yeah,
no, it definitely
no,
didn't age well. No.
No.
It's not as terrifying as I remember back 30 years ago.
But also look at what we have now. I
I
mean,
get
come on
it.
now.
I get it.
Yeah.
We have a lot more people that jumped on. So if you guys are joining us for the first time, let us know who you are. Say hi. If you're coming at us from Truth Social or Getter or any of the other.
Please say
I don't even.
hi.
I'm not even watching the
Who say
conversation. All I know is it scares me when I see heavy metal has got 2 LOLs on there in a row. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I don't even know, but I'm really
I want to
concerned.
say one of those was the SpongeBob meme because that was hilarious.
pretty
I
funny.
still hear him in my head.
Yep.
Running around.
The laugh. I can't even do it.
Like jumping on the
Oh
that's
my
still in my
God.
head.
So I'm drinking the Guinness coffee.
Are you?
Yep. Oh, you got some Voodoo Ranger over there.
I have
see.
some Voodoo Ranger. I have
Ooh.
actually a smattering of because I
A
like
smattering. That's a good word.
because I like
Yeah.
getting their IPA mixer
Mm.
mix up.
I got a
pack
mixer
there.
too.
What are you drinking?
These are so I'm very excited about these. I'm gonna have to go buy them before they all go away after summer. So I love my Cayman Jacks. They're like little margarita beer things. They have like no alcohol, but they taste super yummy. And they have a flavored one for the summer. So it's strawberry, watermelon, and mango.
Ooh,
Ooh,
that
that's
sounds
It's like a
interesting.
mixed pack. So I'm
Nice.
like, so I have 2 of them under the sink already. I think I need to go buy more.
That always scares
What are you
Keith whenever
drinking,
you
Wendy?
do that because that means it's going to be,
It's gonna go away.
okay.
Look at our bourbon cream.
Right?
I know.
Hey, we're doing our best.
I know.
Yep.
Like, there's one that's not open. I have shoved in the cabinet in the back because you never know.
You're hoping to find it
hiding.
someday. and-
Exactly.
Woo!
Yeah, exactly.
Because when we
Oh,
get down to
The
it, like I
bourbon
don't want
cream
to.
apocalypse.
Jackpot.
Yes. After we run out of rice and grains and everything else from the war,
Well,
I'll find some
we'll-
bourbon
we'll
cream.
have
I'll
the
be
bourbon cream.
excited.
Yeah,
What are you drinking? Wendy?
I'll put it on rice.
I have prickly pear cider.
So Heavy Metal's asking what's in this bottle. So this is another version of
it's
the
yummy.
bourbon cream.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It's good.
Okay.
Is it better than the
No.
Buffalo Trace?
No, it's better than the black square one,
Okay.
which is still downstairs in our fridge because it's not very good.
Hey, look who joined us tonight.
Hey!
Black coffee. All right.
You need to send us some of that, sir. I still haven't tried it yet.
Actually, you know what? I 100%
You've had
support
it.
that
You've
company.
had-
I've
you've
had it.
Black coffee.
Yeah,
Black
Black
I've
Rifle,
never
yep.
had it.
Incredible organization.
I know
Those
we've
guys are
talked about
awesome.
it two or
Yep.
three times.
And
but
what
we
was
still don't get
that
around
double
to it.
caffeine one I got once for the office? I
The
don't even
Death.
drink coffee.
Death, whatever, with
Death
the skulls
Wish.
and
Death
the yes.
Wish,
Death
yeah.
Wish.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I don't even drink coffee, but one day I was like looking on Amazon for something. I go, Death Wish coffee. Oh, double the caffeine. All right. And so I got it for all the employees. I'm like, I'm just
I'm
going to
not
sit back
drinking
and
this.
watch
Let's
the
see if
fun.
it kills everybody.
Yeah, Black,
It's like bringing whiskey to work. Let's
Black
just see what
Rifle, for those
happens.
that don't know, it's owned by veterans. They employ veterans, and a lot of their profits go back to like
Like-
first responders.
like 80% of it,
veterans.
yeah.
And
Nice.
And
I don't know about that high, but they do return. They do a lot for veterans.
Yeah.
They do a ton.
and
Or-
Matt Best is hysterical.
Where are they located out of?
Colorado somewhere.
Was it Colorado?
Is it?
I
Or-
want to say I think so.
Yeah, because I watched the interview. He did an interview with Joe Rogan. Great interview.
Oh, yeah, I remember
it
that.
was
We
like a
listened to it
3-hour
on the way to
interview.
California to see Rob.
Yeah, it was actually.
Oh, nice.
What?
What are you, the Dos Equis guy? I don't drink coffee, but when I,
I don't
do,
drink-
it's Black Rifle.
I don't drink. What's he standing on his box? I don't drink coffee, but when I do, it's a Black
Oh, that's
Rifle.
funny. All right, you want
Caffeinated as
to jump into news, or you
We
want
can
to
jump in the news.
Okay,
So,
news of the week.
news of the week.
in case if you didn't notice, last month the Department of Homeland Security
Oh, jeez.
instituted the Ministry of Truth.
What?
So you didn't hear about this?
No, I
War
didn't.
is peace.
So
Freedom is slavery. Ignorance is straight. Is that really their logo?
Well, if you read the book, yeah, it's part of the 1984 book.
So
That's what this
George
is all
Orwell's
about.
1984.
Yeah.
We watched. The
Oh
movie,
yeah, a
remember?
million years ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
So the Ministry of Truth. So Homeland Security was Mayorkas,
Sorry.
the director of Homeland Security,
God bless you.
was being questioned by Congress yesterday. And
About what was he being questioned about?
all sorts of things about the border, about
Mhm.
different things. And at some point it came up. I'm surprised he even mentioned it. That the Disinformation Governance Board,
Just say what?
Disinformation Governance Board.
There's such a thing.
Yes,
There is
there
now.
is. Was started back, actually, correction, 2 months ago. It started in February.
Oh,
The
so it's fairly
dis-
new.
It's fairly new, but it's
Disinformation.
it's been going.
Governance board.
So who is in charge of this disinformation governance board?
So
Because-
that's where it gets even better.
Let me guess. It's our government.
Oh, it's even better. So the person in charge is this woman. If you sit there and you watch some of the videos that are out there,
Why does she? Never mind. I'm not going to say.
so
it.
she was one that was saying, she was one of the biggest people that was saying that the dossier was Russia, and that the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation.
Right.
This is who's in charge of
Of the
disinformation.
disinformation governance.
When it's
Okay.
exactly the opposite of what
Yes,
she said.
right?
Right.
So I am going to say what I'm thinking. Why does she look like she's sucking a wiener right there?
They caught her mid sentence. All right.
Yeah, they caught her mid something.
All right, Dan, check and make sure that we're still on Twitter.
Yeah,
We
So,
are.
that's
and it
disinformation.
brings up a good point because this is something that I just saw. 15
Elon Musk
minutes-
just gave us a thumbs up.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
sorry.
totally he just tweeted us.
So
Retweeted.
it's
What do
funny
you do?
because I mean, this again goes back because a lot of questions are being brought up about this. So obviously, the biggest conveyor of misinformation is
Twitter.
In charge of this particular.
exactly the U.S. government.
Yeah.
And
Of
here,
course. They're the ones making crap
this
up
came
all the
across
time.
just 20 minutes ago or so.
Oh yeah. Well, we were downstairs.
So about the Washington Post said that COVID deaths no longer overwhelmingly among unvaccinated as toll on elderly grows. Wait, what happened to it is the pandemic of the unvaccinated?
Why is it even a pandemic anymore? They're not even
See, again, it comes back to, that you're jumping ahead on the story,
sorry.
aren't you? But again, I mean, there's nothing going on at the border,
And
nothing
how'd that
going
go,
on.
Rob?
We had no choice for Afghanistan. The biggest, liars are those in a small little square mile area of Washington, D.C.
Putin did it, right?
Putin did it. It's all Putin's fault.
And this goes back to, why are we putting one person in charge of something like that, or a very small, I don't want to say population.
So you remember in high school that there was like teams and groups, and you
Right.
talked about it and made a decision,
Right.
Did we forget about that?
Well, it is a board, right? It's a committee. It's not just one person. It's a board,
Okay.
isn't it?
It's a
I would
board, but
hope
she's in
so.
charge.
She's
of
in
the
charge
board.
of the board.
So
Yeah.
if you're in charge, you're the one making the last say. What are you doing?
Well,
Right.
if you're the one that's the steering person,
Exactly.
we need to do this, people. We need to shut that down, and we need to highlight.
So that's not a
More.
team. That's one person doing it.
Right. It's just, I mean, and this is just my observation, when COVID started and you had pretty much Fauci and Dr. Birx.
Where is he, by the way?
I
haven't
don't
seen
know.
Mr.
He
Fauci.
must be in Biden's old basement. Anyway,
They're eating ice
know,
cream. They're eating ice cream together.
You two should already know the rule. It's
What?
like Beetlejuice. When you say his name too many times,
I know.
He's
he
gonna
pops
pop
up
out.
out of nowhere.
Fauci. I want to see him. What's he got to
Now
say?
now you just fucked us all.
I want to see him. I want to.
But
Come back
why was it just those
Them
two?
two.
Why
And
wasn't it
nobody else.
a board, and especially people who was actually treating patients? I mean, and I don't mean any disrespect to
Not a doctor.
I'm going to
who's
people
assume
that
that
work in
back in the
labs,
early days, they
they don't-
wanted to grab the. In the, I'm
Are
making
you
an
grabbing
assumption.
people?
In the early days, in the beginning of this, I think they wanted to just get the top experts of what their field was,
Totally fine.
and say, "Hey,
Totally.
tell
fine.
me what's going
We
on."
knew nothing.
And then
totally
then
fine.
we find out now.
But
2
then
years
why
later
after?
that
No, why
they-
after
that-
2 months were we not, like Wendy says, asking the people who've been on the ground with these people?
Well, true.
When it
Well, they
first
were-
came out, sure. Hey, what the hell is this? We don't know because we haven't even treated it yet. Then 2 months in, hey, talk to some ER docs who are dealing with this. Talk with some, whatever.
Mhm.
Not just these book guys who haven't even seen it yet.
First of all,
or the ones that were seeing it and came up with
Something.
things that were working got shut down.
They were told
and-
not to. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
two
Or-
things.
Boris has
Two.
something to say.
Two things.
Okay. Sorry.
So they went to Fauci and whoever else they went to because they needed to go to the people that created this virus. It had nothing to do with their being top experts in their field. These are the idiots that made the virus.
True.
So that's
Very
why
true.
they went to him and said, "What the hell did you guys do?" Basically,
And they went,
'Cause like I said from the beginning, this thing hit us out of nowhere. Nobody knew what to expect. Nobody knew what it was doing.
what it was going to do.
And I think everybody panicked at that point. That's just my opinion.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not
I-
saying that's gospel, but that's my opinion.
No, and I think that's a really
panic
good
was
point.
true,
I think
like,
you're
Nobody knew what was going on.
you're
Right.
spot on
But
that
why
one.
would you not go to the people dealing with it later?
And
That's
the,
what doesn't make
Exactly.
sense to me.
And-
I get the beginning.
Right.
and the idiocracy of this,
Because they had an
Disinformation
agenda
board.
to push.
Yeah.
it's a smoke and mirrors game. So now they're going to come to us. Oh, well, CNN's not giving disinformation anymore. We have somebody who controls that now. So what you're getting is fact. That's what this
So
is
now
going to
people
be.
are going to believe
This is going to
it.
be
Oh,
well.
it's
Well,
not
now we're governing the
disinformation.
information that comes out now, and it's all fact. And I just think it's a smoke and mirrors.
Oh,
game. I really do.
absolutely.
It's a joke.
Absolutely.
So if you ever watch Jim Jordan, so he's a representative out of
Yeah, I
Ohio.
know Jim Jordan.
The guy is a superstar,
Mhm.
and so he sat
Yeah, look
there.
at
and-
what state he's in.
Hmm?
Look at what state he's in.
So
Florida's coming out great.
he was grilling Mayorkas, like he had him pinned to the wall, and he was asking him all sorts of questions, and basically selling. And I mean, a lot of the representatives were. Don't get me wrong, but he was basically saying, and he's holding up, and he goes, "Well, this is what you said that your charter is that you're supposed to be doing with this. And are you calling out the United States? Are you calling out CNN? Are you calling out?" And he's like, well, but yeah, there was a whole lot of him and Hawes going on, and so it was like,
so you're not actually doing
no,
it.
they're not.
Okay.
And again, it goes back to the same thing. So later on, I'll talk about there was a federal government. So a judge put a stay on removing Title 42.
Yeah.
And so one of the things was there's no plan for what happens when you take it away.
Yep.
And so they literally came back with a 1-page, well, here, somebody scribbled something down. Does this work? This is our plan. We got a plan. You said no plan. We got a plan.
Yeah, we got a plan. We just made it
And
up, but it
so
works. It's a
they're
plan.
like, and now they're like, really? This is your plan? It's written in crayon.
Yeah. Hey, you wanted a plan. Don't we just make stuff up as we go along
Oh my
and make
God,
invisible money
right?
and blame it on Putin
Yeah,
or whoever
it's
the
all-
person
it's
is
all
for the
their fault.
moment? Or we'll just tell you it's misinformation.
Oh.
So my question with that, with your misinformation,
Disinformation.
How did it all of
Whatever.
a sudden become mine?
because you brought it up. So
You want it,
disinformation-
John? It's you.
So if the government is in charge of this, okay, are
Yeah.
you going to start going to private companies like now Twitter and saying, oh, you're spreading disinformation, we're shutting you down?
Again, they have not elaborated on what
Right?
but this
So
does,
are we going to
but
shut
again,
down
there's-
everything?
and see, and it's funny how it doesn't fall under the FCC. It doesn't fall under
Exactly.
the DOJ. It falls under Homeland Security.
That's what makes me nervous because Homeland
And
Security
that
has
is the
good
So again,
grasp.
I mean, so Ted
Yeah, that
Cruz,
doesn't count anymore.
God love Ted Cruz.
didn't we
right?
didn't we rewrite that?
Ted Cruz sits there and he actually had to, so somebody, oh, I don't remember who, it might have had an A and an O and a C and then had said some bullshit about,
And an FOPTUS.
and so, said something about this needs to happen. And he goes, there is this thing called Amendment 1 in this little, and it says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press. Shall make no law.
Sounds a lot like your disinformation
So it's
government.
like, this is just, I mean, obviously now that they brought it out into the light of day, it's going to die a horrible death because it's going to get struck down by a million different court rulings. And it's just a matter of time waiting for who's going to be the first to bring the class action to stop it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy.
It's
Absolutely
just
crazy.
crazy. I mean, again, the
But
fact
it's
that they
crazy we
think
have
that-
to bring this up to them.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's why do we have to? Why do we have to constantly be fighting our own government for our rights that are written in a book or
For the
in
government.
on a piece of paper that is what
Crayon written.
going on almost 250 years old now, and all of a sudden we have the people in charge that seem to either
Don't
Everyone
like it.
Don't
totally
know
wants
it,
to push the
or more
push the
importantly
envelope.
probably know it and they disregard it.
Mhm.
Well,
That's-
they want
that's
to
more
push
likely.
the envelope.
Right.
That's, I mean,
It's
let's
their
face
Well,
it.
they're
agenda.
not even. I mean, they're. I mean, pushing the envelope is saying, okay, we'll just interpret it differently.
Yeah.
They're not even doing that.
They're
just
totally
disre-
blatantly
they're
disregarding
disregarding
the
it.
whole
Mhm.
thing.
I mean, that's the part that's just astounds me because Obama sits there and claims that he is a constitutional scholar, and so
I would challenge that.
He's
and
a
I
scholar
would
in
challenge
something,
that
it is
because there are
not
so many
that.
things that he's had struck down by the courts
Right.
that
Go against the Constitution.
yeah, it goes against the Constitution, and I don't know. Are they doing it on purpose?
I think so. I mean,
To what end?
There is no end.
control,
As far as you can get it.
control.
Great question. What happened for the people by the people?
Exactly.
That-
we don't do that anymore.
Out the window.
Rob,
Great
you're
question.
silly. We don't do that.
Well, we
So funny.
damn it, we need to.
No shit.
So did
but
you
it's
see
not
that-
going to be
so-
anytime soon. We're going to have to go way farther down before we come back.
There's an article I actually would say, go ahead and read it. It's kind of long, but Elon spelled out everything that he wants to change about Twitter.
I bet you that's a long list.
It's actually not real long, but it's a good article because he basically says he doesn't want extremism on either end,
No.
but he says if you're not extreme, he wants you to
Have
have
a
free reign.
conversation. Go for it. Yeah.
Well,
So
they're already talking about bringing him in to be questioned by Congress.
For what?
Good
Oh,
question.
Musk?
Yeah,
For what?
because of the the Twitter buyout and what his
For purchasing a business.
Hold on.
Right.
He's not from here, is he?
Nope. He's
actually-
got
No,
dual
he's got
citizenship.
South Africa, I
He's
believe.
South
He was
African.
born in
Yeah.
Africa. Yeah. He's dual
Does he live here
citizenship.
now, though?
Yeah, he lives in California.
Oh.
No, actually, he lives in Austin.
Yeah.
I looked
He's
it
got
up.
dual citizenship.
I say I'd be saying I don't have to report to you. I don't live here.
Yeah. No, he lives in Austin. Him and his wife live in Austin.
But even if you do, like, what? I bought a business. What do you care? That's where it should end. Done.
Yeah, of course.
You don't
No, because he's rocking the boat. Is what he's
fucking
doing.
rock that boat, baby.
Yeah.
So did you see this? That Twitter is now reporting a bump in quarterly reports and
I
users.
Bet they
I
are.
bet they
All
do.
of a sudden, a bunch of people that were banned on Twitter, or not banned on Twitter, a bunch of
People that left.
people that were not getting as many followers, all of a sudden overnight are getting
It's amazing.
hundreds of thousands.
Once you're not
more
getting
followers
Mhm.
overnight.
How are we doing? Just curious.
Yeah, we're not. yes, that doesn't.
I'm not
apply.
even on
That's-
Twitter.
We're not on the algorithm. We don't even break
Right.
the,
We don't
the
care yet.
threshold
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
So to see it,
Should ask Dad what his did.
see this high school coach that was suspended for praying with his
I saw that.
football team,
I
and
did.
it's actually going all the way to the Supreme Court
I saw
'Cause they
that.
fired him.
Absolutely should.
or suspended.
Wow.
Absolutely should.
So
I forget where was that from?
I
know I saw the
I would have to
story.
open the story. I'd
Okay.
see.
What's a SCOTUS?
Supreme
Supreme
Court of the
Court.
United
Of the United
States.
Oh,
You got POTUS and now you have SCOTUS.
SCOTFUS.
You got to put that F in
I
there.
gotta
don't
put
you?
that in there. Fucking United States.
Washington State.
That's right. That's right.
Washington State.
Imagine that, Washington.
Yep.
So we got.
Oh
nothing-
my God.
We got nothing better to do. But did you see that?
Reversing Trump era policy for inefficient light bulbs.
Yes. This is what's important. This.
Are you kidding me?
This is what our president.
Not that gas is
concentrating
$5 a gallon,
No.
or that Ukraine's fighting and we're going to have no food.
No.
The fact that we have no product anywhere, but we're going to
Inefficient
block
light
the
bulbs.
sales of inefficient light bulbs, who are probably out there because we don't have any other light bulbs.
Well, because of the fact that they sit there and they
What?
said so.
You have all these electric cars.
I
that,
mean,
you know, you
but
gotta
again, it comes back to it's going to
divert.
save you money, and it's like,
If
really,
I choose to
if
buy
it's
a
gonna
less
if it
efficient light
saves
bulb,
me
I'm
money, can't I
I
decide
make
that
that
in a free
decision?
market society? Do I really need the government to tell me that I need to buy this because it'll save me money? That just seems
Well,
Well, just like the government needs to tell you that you need to take a vaccine to save your life.
right.
Well, and let's.
Well, again, it goes back
These
to
are baby steps.
why do I have to wear a seatbelt?
Because his light bulb's been out for many
Why do I
years.
have to wear a helmet?
I like that, Rob.
I think Rob,
Yeah.
Rob actually, looked ahead in the newsletter. So
Probably. You know, it's,
wasting time and money.
you know what's funny? You look at all the headlines we have that we bring up, and I always go back to our SNL skits because 30 years ago, if you would have read these headlines, you would think it was a Saturday Night Live skit,
Right.
right? It would be so
This
funny.
isn't really
and
what's happening in the
outlandish
world.
right.
that these are the fucking news headlines, and now we're reading these for real. Like,
right.
these are the
what's
headlines.
happening today.
What a joke!
Like a dude who bought a company is now going to Supreme Court. Coach is suspended for praying. President is stopping
At a
light
Christian
bulb
school.
sales.
Yeah,
At a
that's
Christian
insane.
school?
I think
That's
so.
insane.
I think it is a Christian school.
Wow.
So I could be wrong on that. If somebody wants to research that and tell me, I'm not sure, but
Oh, please, baby, he's going to win.
I thought
so
this one. I put
much
this one out
money.
there just for Keith. Researchers have developed a paper thin loudspeaker.
Ooh,
You don't need one.
that's pretty cool.
They're saying it's MIT, so it's still a couple years away.
You
from
don't
me.
need one. In
So-
3 years from now, you still don't need one.
So I want to back up real quick since Rob is on though, because Rob coached for a Christian school. He coached football for a Christian school. So my question to you, Rob, is did you guys pray at all when you guys like during football or before games or anything like that? I'm not sure if that's something that
We
you know,
prayed.
they typically do, but
So for softball, we played for church forever before I played for the state.
right.
We always prayed before. Even in school, we always prayed before a game.
Because I think it's more common than we realize. But the fact that happened is just like heavy metal beer says it's disgusting.
Yeah, you probably got a freaking trans.
Every down. Yeah, I bet you did.
I bet you did, Rob, because you were like, please don't let us suck anymore. Come
I'm
on,
trying
God,
to find
please.
because it talks about a Christian, but I don't know if it means the coach was Christian or the school was Christian. So I'm trying to quickly scan this. It says Christian, former high school football coach.
Yeah. You always do before to, please let us play
But
good,
yeah,
blah, blah, blah,
I
keep
mean,
everybody safe. And then at the end, you thank him for
there's the
keeping everybody safe.
invocation before every football game.
Yeah.
All that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, we always did. Welcome to playing sports. Oh, hold on. These are the participation award parents. I'm so sorry.
Exactly.
Well, it is Washington
I should have
State,
known.
yes.
Good job. Can we get to my hooker? I'm so excited.
I know you've been talking about the hooker since
got a lot
we
of
walked
news to
in the
go through.
door.
We got a lot of news.
We have so much news.
So Gen Z does not want to work.
Here's
They
my
wanna
shocked face.
They just want a TikTok, and that's it.
Go for it, boo-boo.
And it's actually an interesting article here on Vox. Talks about they have no idea how the real world works. Oh my God!
So we were just talking about this.
We were.
We were.
Oh, okay.
Last night.
I and her.
That sounds dirty, but okay. So we were talking about this last night. I and her, and her and I.
Want.
And
Okay. You're good to go.
did that come out your nose? You good?
Almost.
Good.
That's not whiskey. It didn't burn.
Good. About in 10 years from now, when we're getting older,
Yes.
who's going to be our plumber? Who's going to fix our AC?
The TikToker.
We're going to have to.
Who's going to? Truly, who's going to take these jobs? Who's going to be your tire man?
So what is the? Do you know that the Gen Z has a nickname?
Fucking screwed? I don't.
They're the Zoomers.
The Zoomers. So we had the boomers.
Seriously?
We had the baby
Yeah,
boomers.
seriously,
Now we
they
got
are called the
Zoomers.
Zoomers.
Wow.
Okay.
You want me to put my laptop in front of my AC and you're going to fix it? I mean, I don't understand what you're telling me.
I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Like, that's true for your guys' too, for your job too.
It's true.
Who's learning all of these trades? Who's going to be farming? Who's farming?
There are
But see,
some that are doing that, but
I know, but
not
to what's needed.
But look at our industry
God.
too, though, John. I mean, how many young people do you see really enter our field? There are some.
not many. And so,
not many.
I mean, I understand exactly what Lindsay's saying. And so there's going to be a massive
big drop-off.
Well, there's going to be a momentous shift in this country, if not other countries also. At least the
I don't know if I
modern
believe other
industrial age,
countries.
the modern industrial age countries.
Right.
Well, but I mean, TikTok and all that other crap is all very international. So
It is, but they still beat their children. That's why I don't think so.
Well, but see, they're still influenced by the same.
Yes,
things.
yes, and no. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, oh my God, I just want to, do.
Seriously, can we put that in for 2026?
Even Dan and I've said
that
this,
would be scary.
I
would
have
be
said
beautiful.
this multiple times, and here's the
can
issue.
do it.
And Dan should know this. There are enough derelicts in the military in an all volunteer force.
Yeah.
You start making it that they have to. I don't think that that's going to solve anything. And I
Just
say
2
that
years of
because
boot
I was
camp.
literally reading an article today.
But they
that
caused
talked
them more
about-
issues than they.
So the USS
Yep.
George Washington aircraft carriers last for 50 years.
Thank you
And so
for explaining what that was.
aircraft carriers also have to sometime in their lifetime have to stop and get refueled.
Serviced and yeah.
Well, they have to be refueled with nuclear power. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
so at
Is that
some
what they
point-
run off of?
Yeah, they're nuclear. So they have to get the new fuel rods and all
What?
that kind of stuff.
I did
And
not
so
know
they-
that.
And
So
they have
like
to
there's boats out there that are nuclear bombs.
Submarines, aircraft carriers. Like
Seriously?
almost every submarine that the U.S. owns is
Is nuclear now. Yeah.
I heard of the nuclear submarines. I didn't realize that
What?
the carriers were too.
Oh yeah, they used to have.
That's just a ticking
They
time.
used to
There's
no, they
you
used-
sat on those?
no, I flew. So
You were still on the boat.
no, I never. The longest I was on a boat was about 2 hours.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What a princess. How are you in the Navy? If you didn't get to be on a boat.
I always like to say that, my ASVAB score was way too high.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So
that's what it was.
But, and there are a lot of countries like Israel and Sweden, the Nordic countries that do require 2 years of military service. But on the other hand, I think that we are a better military force because of the fact that we only get those. Now, granted, going back to my story,
want to be shipping these schmucks out. I agree with that.
Yeah. But going back to my story, though, it was a sad story because it talks about the George Washington is an aircraft carrier that's in for maintenance, and so this maintenance sometimes takes as long as a year or plus.
Yeah, if you're gonna, because you're essentially redoing the whole thing, right?
Actually, 7. If I remember correctly, 7 suicides over the last X amount of months because some of these sailors are saying that they can't sleep because the construction runs 24/7.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you got to get this done.
So, and it's like, and I side with the fact that they say that, and Rob, you're right, they are actually very safe.
I don't know if I believe that, Rob.
My brother was actually a guy that ran one of the nuclear reactors on a boat, so I know exactly.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
So then.
Pass.
But the point is that the Navy came back and they said, so there's pounding and hammering and whatever,
loud noises,
and
drilling and grinding,
not letting
and stuff.
You sleep, but you're getting to sleep in Iraq versus the poor Marines that are in a foxhole.
Yeah.
Getting shot at.
And I mean, I'm like, yeah, they're right. I mean,
true, yeah.
The Army and the Marines have it a lot tougher than what the Navy does, even when a ship is sitting and it's not rocking, it's not doing anything.
You're literally
it's just sitting
chilling
there and just doing its thing.
Yeah.
And hey, welcome to the military. And so, it's just, again, it comes back to, I mean, I have slept in some horrible conditions back in the day.
Yep.
But it could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
Are we talking out of the military? You slept in some horrible conditions?
I'm talking about specifically in the military
but
and stuff. And I mean,
shooting at him.
You just sucked it up and you did it.
Right.
And so
stop being like, why are people so...
Yeah, but we got a pansy generation now.
Well, and that's it. It's sad that these kids feel that the only way out is to commit suicide. But on the other hand, it's sad that these kids think that the only way out is suicide.
To commit suicide. That's everybody's only way out.
It's what are we doing? What are we doing to our kids? I mean, I feel like Wendy and I's generation ruined a whole swath of kids because we gave them all participation trophies. Now,
I didn't get participation trophies.
My point is, as a society, now we have a whole society of kids that think they need safe. Now they think they need safe spaces.
Right, exactly.
With their participation trophy.
Like, wait a minute, there are no safe spaces in a fucking foxhole.
No.
True. Yeah.
No.
So it's
you make your safe space.
It's very disturbing where our military is going. All right, so Elon Musk. I actually have to click on this because I want to show this. This was actually very funny.
What did AOC have to say?
So she went on a rant. She went on a rant, and she basically, it takes a second for this to load, but she went on a rant about billionaires.
Was Elon Musk hitting on her again?
Are you looking ahead?
Dang it, was he really? Gosh, did she really say that?
She goes
so
on this
funny.
rant about, billionaires be like the extreme far left is taking over when the extreme far left in the U.S. is medicine shouldn't bankrupt you, wages should cover rent, and maybe it's bad that Wall Street companies profit off mass surveillance, manufactured housing crisis, and caging people. I'm like, where do you come up with the caging people?
Right.
What billionaires are caging people? And then she goes on again and she says the number of billionaires in the U.S. couldn't even fill an apartment building, but the number of people they negatively impact is only growing. All the U.S. billionaire votes combined couldn't even come in second for a New York City council election. That's why they stay pressed. I'm not even sure what that means.
I don't know what that means. Has she been drinking again? Is she hanging out with
tired? And then she goes and she
Pelosi.
continues, so she continues her rant,
She
tired of having to collectively stress about what explosion of hate crimes happening because some billionaire with an ego problem unilaterally controls a massive communication platform and skews it because Tucker Carlson and Peter Thiel took him to dinner and made him feel special.
When did buying Twitter turn into a hate
Elon
crime?
hits back and he goes, "Stop hitting me. I'm really shy."
Yeah.
That is awesome.
That
Love-
is priceless.
Love
That is
him.
priceless.
Oh my God.
Oh, see,
More
I
and
was
more.
skipping a part. So
That-
when did buying a company turn into a hate crime?
When it became,
When someone else doesn't like it.
when somebody
obviously.
says they want free speech on Twitter,
yeah.
Can Elon?
which
can
is
we
only,
vote
I mean,
to
all
have
the
her kicked
experts
off?
say, all the experts, left or right, have said Twitter is only a second-rate social media
It
company.
really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I
numbers
can't
are,
figure it out.
are
I've
a
never used
fraction
it,
of
like-
what Instagram and
Mhm.
TikTok
Yeah.
and all them are,
Yeah.
but it's on the other hand, they're like, and they've proven Facebook is dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Facebook.
Too many fact checkers. Sorry.
So I just thought this was good. This
That
is
was
one of
funny.
those out of town hall. If freedom of speech is taken away, then dumb and silent may be led by sheep to the slaughter, like
Yep.
sheep to the slaughter.
Yep.
That's a George
Absolutely.
Washington quote. I mean, it's
Wow,
just, and
that goes
again,
back that far. Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
are
Wow.
being led
To the
by the
slaughter.
dumb.
See, I think our forefathers were time travelers. I really do, because when they wrote this shit, they must have known. I don't know.
You're like, how did you know in 2022?
Seriously? Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
Well,
like-
because if
Yeah.
you go and you look at you know, and I think the Convention of States was very foreboding in the fact that they really thought, okay, we need an escape clause.
Mhm.
Yep.
And it really is an escape clause.
We need an oh shit.
If things get really super out of control and these guys let,
It go nuts.
you know, blindly let the government take control, we need an out clause.
But back then, nobody knew what freedom of speech was. Oh, really? I mean, nobody knew. Nobody-
I would
I
say
mean,
that.
yes,
I mean,
yes,
but did
But
they
yes,
see,
know-
back in
no.
the 70s, there was a whole lot of, you know, hippies that were very well versed, very well spoken, understood what the government, the Constitution was and what the government's restrictions were.
Yeah. But back in Washington days, though, I mean, was there anybody trying to stifle free speech?
Oh,
back
I'm
then? You know what I
sure.
mean? I mean, it was
I'm-
not like it is now. I mean,
No,
but
it was more slander than I would say free speech.
well, that's what I'm saying. So
Like,
for him to have this to say something like that is pretty telling. You know, I mean,
Well, now it's all very, well, him who? Musk or
no, George Washington to say something like
Oh,
that.
true. I mean,
Right?
It's
I mean-
interesting that there are a lot of things that Washington, Jefferson, Franklin, you know, all of these guys.
Lincoln.
Lincoln.
I
I mean, you know, Lincoln, and you figure Lincoln was 80 years after the fact.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and he had a lot of things that are very still relevant today. And
Yep.
so I again, I have a newfound appreciation for Teddy Roosevelt.
That's a good point,
Yeah.
Rob. I really didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
I was
absolutely.
just
And this is
thinking
where
about
they
that.
and this is where they came up. So the Constitution is a combination between, so Benjamin Franklin and John Adams wrote the majority of it, and it's
Yep.
a
True,
combination of French law and taking out the bad from English law.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I learned from a law class years and years ago was that English law, you know, so where our law, you have, it's very specific, right?
Yeah.
And it has to be, if there's something that's going to be overrode, it has to be by a previous court
certain
ruling or
person,
something
yeah.
like that. Where English law is not that way.
It's very
It's-
general.
It's very general. And so that's close enough. So that's outlawed
That'll
too.
cover it. Yeah.
And so it's just kind of, they were a witch.
You missed that
It went
part.
back, to her first comment.
Think about the witch hunts long ago. If a woman spoke
Well,
out,
it's-
she was
in
a witch
Salem,
and hung.
it was a whole
Had to
different
be
story.
hung,
Yeah.
and she was
Well,
like,
and I
so
mean,
is a
and
man.
again, and
Well, in England, there was a lot of religious.
I sit there and I, you know,
Yeah.
Dan Bongino, who I like to
Prosecution
listen
and
to
blah, blah,
every
blah.
day,
Yeah.
said it best. He goes, the Republicans are not the answer to all your problems, but the reason for all your problems are definitely the Democrats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Absolutely.
there is definitely problems on both sides, but the Democrats seem to cause the vast majority of everybody's problems because they don't seem to understand. I mean,
They don't look ahead. They don't
Well-
have the long term. It's all short
Right
term.
now.
Let's
right
do
now,
it right now.
This is what we
To
need
fix
right
it right
now.
now. It's not what's the long term effects? How's that going to pan out? And how can we do something that is going to fix something long term?
So I'm gonna so much to Dan's dismay, I'm gonna swear fucking Chuck Schumer. So he is the ranking Senate member for New York.
Oh, okay.
Is such an idiot.
He is an idiot.
Because we're having record inflation.
Of course we are.
Record deficits in the budget. Record debt. And he says we need to spend more money to get ourselves out of this.
That's what puts you
it's like
more into it.
Exactly. And that's
what
the thing.
Money?
That's
And the thing and the problem is,
this.
unfortunately, the issue is people believe that.
Because they're obviously they're
This is
lacking a
what
certain
got us here.
understanding of basic economics.
Right. And I don't know if this is in your news, but did you hear that Bank of America release a statement last week saying that America's bank accounts have more money in it than they've ever had?
I'm sure they do.
So we should be out there spending more money?
Because we're waiting.
Yeah.
Oh, it's interesting because it talks about, there was an article I saw not too long earlier this week that talked about
exactly. And right. I was just going to say that, Rob.
I would
yeah, boom, did it. So I was going to say that earlier when you were talking about that. So I was never really one or the other.
Agreed. Heavy metal.
I was truly in the middle. Like I would call myself an independent. I never really picked a side because like you said, I agree with both.
Yeah,
I think there are good points on both. Mm-hmm. Of course, each one has their crazy ones as well. But now you look at it and I'm like, there's not a single, like Christine says, there's not a single thing I can agree with you on.
And this is where, this is why the bloodletting will happen in November. They say that
are we
on the black vote,
slicing people?
On the black vote alone, they just said this today. They're down to 20% approval for Democrats.
Good job, Apple. She's been telling everybody.
Because they say that the saying that the black vote is finally realizing we've been duped. We've been duped for
years,
for generations.
Years.
Entire generations have been duped
into believing that
there's
something better.
I'm going to give you a free phone.
Same thing with the I don't want to say Mexican vote, technically the Spanish vote, the Latino vote. Again, they're sliding in all directions because they're saying
they don't know where to go now.
Well, they're saying no, this is wrong. Even everybody that has a Latin background is saying this is wrong. This is wrong. You can't just bring all these people. They're saying that 2.5 million people have come across the border since Biden took office.
Yes. And where are they going?
And so I forget what I forget
2.5 million people.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I forget what state it was, but the senator from that state says you now have brought more people. You have allowed, he said this to Mayorkas yesterday, you have allowed more people across the border than my entire state.
That's what I was going to say. That's like,
wow.
And this wasn't
Phoenix,
the senator from
Phoenix.
This wasn't Delaware. This is some
like Pennsylvania or something.
A larger state, not as far, but like larger in geography. But
oh my God.
I mean, it's crazy. They're saying, and I have it said in here later.
There's perspective right there.
They're saying that down here at some point, somebody did a study, and they're saying on the conservative side, they're saying that as the administration goes on, there will be 10 million illegal immigrants that will have crossed the border by the time we get to the next presidential election.
I'm going to say by Christmas.
Well,
when did we open the border?
They're saying that it's 10, anywhere between 10 and 20 million illegals will have come across by the time we get to the next presidential election.
Jesus.
God. I mean, it's insane. And again, it comes back to are they doing it on purpose?
Right.
Of course they are. They're tanking the world.
And is it strictly for just the... No, I lost track where I was.
Yeah, they're not anymore.
Is it strictly just for the purposes of getting themselves elected? Or is there something...
Elected for what, though? What are you going to be over?
But
the general hope is, the general, whatever you want to call it.
Goal.
Overall theme is that they think that if they let all these people in, they'll vote Democrat.
Right.
How are you going to
keep
vote?
them in office? Yeah.
But now the question is, one, are these people even going to vote? And two,
how are they going to vote?
Is that even true? Because now are they letting these people in? So Mayorkas got questioned yesterday one of the, and I wish I could remember who it was. It wasn't somebody that I remembered off the top of my head. I was watching this morning when I was eating breakfast, and 46 or 48 known terrorists got stopped by border, released.
Known terrorists.
No
Which means
idea
we've
where
done
they
the
went.
research.
Got released. Don't know where they got released to.
on this side of the border.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Processed, handed a phone, handed,
What?
You know,
We gave
because
them
they're
a
handing
phone
phones
too?
out to everybody.
Yeah, you get your
yeah.
phone for
Well,
now
so
they
they
can track
they got let go. Known
Oh, no,
terrorists
'cause-
got let go.
We probably bought them a house too.
Well, at
Probably
least
gave
the
them
So
phone
the
phone will
numbers.
question
track 'em.
becomes, I mean, how
Right.
many terrorists
Yeah,
did
true.
it take to cause 9/11?
Four.
12?
Right.
Yeah.
And we've let 46, 48, something
Yeah,
like
that's
that
already in.
across the border. Good going.
And we're not even tracking them.
Not even tracking.
Well,
them.
the
Have
phone,
no
no,
idea.
the phone can
We
track 'em.
gave them a
The
notice
free
to
phone.
They gave
appear
them a
for
free
3
phone.
years
Yeah.
from now.
And the Russians
put
are
their
cheering
name
for
down.
World War III. So you know what that
Right?
leads up to, right? So, interesting.
Oh my God.
Oh
This
my
could be
God.
bad.
All right.
Where do we run and hide? Where
We have
can we
happier
go?
note.
We have-
Happier
we have any
note.
happy news?
Because Dan says I'm way too depressing. So, because
Gotta
Dan
liven it up.
is my main critic. So he's the critic I listen to. Oh shit. Sorry. U.S. economy declined 1.4% for the first quarter. Sorry, Dan.
What?
So much.
You were supposed to be a little
Oh.
uplifting there.
Let me rip the rug right
What
out from
happened?
underneath you.
Yeah.
That was
Man,
quick.
this sucks.
Look at the beginning of this topic. Of course, nothing's going to be good.
Heavy metal.
True.
Hold on. Heavy metal bring up a good point. And those are 48 that got caught.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely. Yeah, they did bring that up. Yeah,
Yes.
those are the 48 they caught.
Yeah. How many got
Well,
through that? Didn't?
and they're roughly estimating that they're only catching about a third.
Seriously.
It's like
Wow.
living in Compton and not locking your door. That's so sad. That is so true. So true.
No worse than your brother going in, going, it's just gunshots, lay on the floor.
Yeah,
What?
right.
So
Get in the basement.
Totally fine.
we
Nothing
talked
to
about
see
this
here.
last week. The anxious Fed. Oh my God, I can't believe they said this. And this is the Washington Examiner.
The anxious Fed. Wait,
What
what's
is
that?
an
Is that-
anxious Fed?
Yeah, what is that?
So the anxious
Who is that?
Federal Reserve is about to set historic measure to try and curb inflation. And I'm like, really? They're talking a half a freaking percent.
Percent, yeah.
A half percent.
Oh,
This
he doesn't
is
seem
this
that
is not
anxious.
this is not. We're going to talk about inflation and interest rates later,
Okay.
but I didn't see
You're
where
just
this,
really trying to share us up, aren't you?
And then this here was Schumer. Democrats want a tax hike.
Wow, he looks
They want
very
to
aggressive.
put a tax hike in. They're going to tax
course.
hike us back right into a full blown recession.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Oh my God.
Well, other reports say that our economy is shrinking, not growing. So
Right.
you know,
Well, that was
Absolutely.
the one. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And then this chick, she is our energy secretary, and she basically she's getting grilled on Capitol Hill saying, how come you have a total anti-fossil fuel stance? And she's just like, oh, well, it's, we're just trying to get it to, renewable energy.
yeah, they're all with AOC.
All right. Lighter note.
Don't flirt with me.
22
I'm shy.
So 2022's best large cities to start a business.
Okay.
I just thought it was an interesting article
Florida,
because
look,
of the
you're
fact,
number 7.
it's
Oh,
Florida,
1, 2,
Florida, Texas,
3.
North Carolina, Idaho, Colorado, Florida, North Carolina, Colorado, Florida, Texas,
Texas,
Colorado,
Colorado.
North Carolina, Texas.
Oh, Tennessee.
Yeah, one Tennessee. But it's the vast majority of this is dominated by Florida and North Carolina.
Yep.
And
Little-
Texas.
And
A little
Idaho.
Texas and a little
Hey.
bit of Tennessee.
And we are
got
nowhere on that list.
Not at all.
So,
We are Phoenix was like
50.
22nd.
Okay, that's
It's not terrible.
Not terrible.
could be bad.
On
There
the
is
other
more big business
hand-
coming here, though.
Sorry, Dan, I got to do this.
Oh no.
The PPI chart shows that
The
What
who
is-
chart?
What is a PPI?
Yeah. You need to explain
the
yourself.
product producers index.
Okay.
This is what manufacturing companies are paying. It has gone up. This is an indicator of, again, prices are going to increase.
Well, we knew that was going to happen. I mean, they've been saying that
Just
for
pointing out that this is
months.
a leading indicator that
do it, Rob.
This is what does Rob want?
Moving to Texas and buying a boat in Florida. Do it. Right across the Gulf, baby. Just go back and
but
forth.
Rob, I'll tell you what, if you actually combine those, you might be the best thing ever. Just
Go back
buy
and
a
forth.
boat
and just
and
live on the
call
boat.
and call it a day.
Yep.
Property taxes, I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yep.
I pay,
Docking fees.
I pay $40 a month for a slip fee, and that's
totally
it.
good. Yep.
Sounds like a retirement.
You can
plan
get
there.
you
Yeah,
can get to our
man.
house in Florida from the water. We're
Side
good.
note, I'm sitting there and I'm at Arizona State University at a job site. I'm talking to this electrician. We're waiting on somebody, right? So we're standing around just bullshitting for about 10 minutes, waiting for somebody to show up. And he said, it's a holiday weekend coming up. And he says he's going to his boat in San Francisco. And I was like, you got a boat in San Francisco? Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's got to be like freaking expensive. He goes, no, it was like the best thing going, because he literally has this sailboat sitting in a slip, pays, whatever,
$100 a month or
$100
whatever.
a month
if
or whatever
even.
it costs. I don't even remember if I asked him. And he says, yeah, I
That's it.
jump on, I drive
Beats
out
rent.
there. It doesn't cost me anything to park my car because I park it in the marina.
Yeah.
I'm in and out. I'm in downtown San Francisco. Boom, boom, boom.
Done.
He goes, it is the best thing going.
That's awesome.
51%. What do you got here?
Right.
No,
but who is that?
and
can
you
blame
it on
you are welcome.
Yeah. Christine's already there. Done.
You are both very welcome. So a poll
Christine,
says that the Biden
I don't know if you
administration
heard
is
earlier, we have your
encouraging
box.
illegal immigration. Duh. So yeah, 51% believe the administration is purposely encouraging illegal immigration.
No.
Not at all.
And I
Just
think that is a
terrorists.
terribly low number.
I do too.
Republicans filed. Did you see this?
That's the same as Biden's 33% still approval rating.
So the Federal Elections Commission filed a complaint.
No, we are not putting you out on a boat, Dad. Absolutely not.
Dan,
Mom's going to be flying over the
you can
side.
come
We
visit
don't need
us on
that in
our
our
boat.
life.
So did you see this, that the Federal Elections Commission has a complaint against Google?
Ooh.
For
Did you see this?
Unfairly
No.
shaping the political playing. Are you kidding me?
Do you want to know what they were doing? They were taking any emails. So this is UNNC, so University of North Carolina,
Thank
did
you.
a study. They found that if you have a Republican election, Republican election emails were going into the spam folder a lot more than Democrat.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Automatically going?
Automatically.
Oh.
being marked as spam by
I enjoy
Gmail.
my Democratic emails
Yeah,
and
who
my
set up
text
that
messages.
algorithm?
Well, yeah, because guess what?
love
That's all
that.
you're getting.
Well, I mean, it's good to see what's actually going on the other side and understand what they're pushing or what
Yes,
they're
absolutely. saying. But
So
we should be
now-
able to make that decision on our own, not Google.
I
True.
try.
Very true.
I'm trying to, because I've had some that I have too much in the news, so I'm trying to keep it relevant. But this one I put in there just for Wendy.
Oh boy.
So House and Senate versions of the Innovation Act won't be wed without a fight. So basically, the version of this is the House has one bill, and this is all about infrastructure and things that they're finding that we definitely need. So
Yeah.
like chips, microchips was a prime example.
Yep.
They said we need to create more microchips within the United States, right?
Yep.
I don't think there's anybody that would disagree with that.
Mhm.
No.
And so the problem is the Democrats saw that the Republicans were so eager to
Get
pass
this
this.
done. Yeah.
They
threw in
struck it down.
they threw in a bunch of extra pork.
Of
course they did,
Because they knew it
yeah.
was going to be voted through.
Sure, why not?
You should focus on Wendy right now, because she is
The eye roll is
she
going to
is
injure
rolling
you.
her eyes.
I think that needs to be a crumb. Since I already made one.
No, so we didn't get it. Do it again, Wendy.
This is one of
They
her
just-
big pet peeves.
Oh my God! They just need to make
We
these
need
bills
500 Yeah.
one item.
We need $500 million
Period.
toilets, and we need to raise inflation. We did that on there too. And
Oh my God.
You mean the bill's not supposed to be 1,000 pages?
18.
No.
What was it?
And you're only supposed to,
27,000?
and the
No.
law and the rule is, the congressional rule is that they're supposed to have 72 hours to be able to read it.
Right.
And that is just such bullshit.
Thousands
When they
and
want to
And
put a
sometimes they don't even,
1,000
and they
page-
don't even give them that. They give it to them at 3:00 on one day,
Hey,
and
we
they
need
want
it
it voted on
7
8
a.m.
o'clock or 9 o'clock the next morning. And I don't care how many staffers you got working for you, you're not going to read
No.
all this
No.
Thousands of
5,000 pages
No.
overnight.
No. And I think that is just so ridiculous. It should just be one
You want to
one-
vote on this, you vote
Yeah.
on that. You want something else, you add another one. Why is it?
Right. Why are we packing 50 things into one bill?
It's
It should be
stupid.
exactly. And that's why, when you, especially with elections coming up, so you have someone that votes against something, it may not be the main topic of it. It may be all this pork
There's
in it.
$500 pages in it. So you're
Right.
turning
Right.
down the good thing.
So you don't really understand. So when they say, so and so voted against this, but they don't come out.
They
to
don't tell you all
say-
the other stuff that's in it.
Exactly. And
No.
that's where I have an issue.
Yeah.
That's where I have a problem.
Not only that, when a bill passes with a lot of pork in it,
We never know what else is in there.
well, not only that, but what gets the attention when the bill passes. So,
The first topic.
if you have let's say you have an infrastructure bill, but it's got a whole bunch of other pork in it, does all that take precedence to the infrastructure part of it? Because how many times have you seen
Depends on where you
infrastructure
live.
bills? Right.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen one pass and then nothing gets done in the city or
Yeah,
nothing
you're
gets
like, I don't
Shovel
Yeah,
ready.
absolutely.
Nothing that was
Exactly.
shovel ready got
Exactly.
done.
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
But I bet everything else got done that
Well,
was in that bill.
Look at
right?
this one.
Right.
With the microchips. Are they going to be paying companies more to make microchips? Well, are we taxing them more because they're using fossil fuels instead of battery? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
Right.
we don't know.
so is anything going to get
Again,
done?
we
don't
don't know.
because we didn't read our 27 pages.
Right.
See, I shouldn't quote this.
It
one.
is corrupt. I agree with that.
To
It's
quote
bad business.
one of my favorite quotes is from
Bios to books.
not from Bios to Books.
There's so many
One
to
of,
choose
one of
from.
my one of my favorite quotes is from a movie called About Last Night. And it's got Jim Belushi and what's his name? Oh, I forget it.
Sounds like an
but
interesting
the
movie.
whole first 10 minutes of the movie is all about, so is she a professional? And Jim Belushi keeps saying, at this point we don't know.
We don't know.
At this point we don't know. At this point we don't know. He must says it 10,
10
15
times.
times.
That's your favorite quote?
I love that
At this
quote.
point, we
At
don't
this
know.
point we don't know. All right, war in Europe,
Have
day
another piece of chocolate.
65.
Stress.
65. Oh my goodness.
65 days. So
It's been
the Ukrainian
2
military
months.
says Russia is increasing the pace of attacks in almost all directions. But on the other hand, I also want to point out that Russians getting a little bit of payback
How
on
so?
their side.
How so?
So British special forces have been training the Ukrainians for 2 years.
Yeah.
And so
Give them how.
they are they're actually crossing the Russian border and doing some incursions into Russia as far as 60, 70 miles
Wow.
and blowing up oil factories and shit.
Good job.
Awesome.
Oh man,
Good
it is awesome.
job.
It is,
Just
now
don't go after
granted, the
tire
downside of
factories.
it is actually turning the Russian people against the Ukrainians. But on the other hand, Putin can't deny there's no war going on.
Oh, is that his stance that there's no war going on?
Yeah, it's just something.
Police action.
It's a thing.
Oh, police action. That's right. That's right.
So
Did you
yeah,
hear?
Yeah.
Was it Putin? It was Putin. It was Russia who came back and was threatening the U.S. and says that
He's threatened us like half
every
dozen times.
whatever, a million times. Every however much we give to Ukraine, he's going to come back after us or sue us for we have to pay him more or whatever.
Sue us.
Yeah, something like that.
Good luck.
Yeah, I was going to
Good
say,
luck
go for
collecting.
it.
What?
Go for
Good
it.
luck collecting.
I'd like to
Yeah.
see him come over here
Hold on.
personally. and
We'll
collect
write it.
yeah.
We'll write
Bud
it
will
in.
cut
We'll
him a
put it in the
check.
I'll
pork
write
of
you a
one of our
check.
things.
Yeah, he probably will.
He
And
will.
Unfortunately, he'll cash it too.
Ugh,
And cash
don't
it.
say that.
Cash it at the Bank of Shiva. She'll give it to you in toy fluff.
See that the Veep has the Rona again?
Oh, I feel so
And
bad
do
for
you
her.
know that she is, Dad, what drug was it? She is getting a very special drug because she is high risk.
Well, isn't she taking
No,
the Pfizer pill?
who? Hold on.
Right.
Stop the
Whoa.
presses. Who is Christine? I have not heard this. They found out who the Ghost of Kiev is. I really want to find this out.
No.
Really?
So for those that don't know who the Ghost of Kiev is, so similar to
I'm
how
so sorry.
Ukraine is smaller. she
Russia
she is
attacked
such-
Ukraine because Ukraine is small, and that's not nice.
I wonder why the COVID
So for
found
those that don't know about the Ghost of Kiev, so the story
How's that
goes
plane?
as the war started on day 1 or day 2, he jumped in his
Russian plane.
Ukrainian MiG and he went up and he actually shot down a handful
Russian
of
planes.
Russian MiGs. So
He did it
and
a
they
good
said-
amount of times.
Yeah, they said
Yeah.
that what happened is he would actually go up there, he'd shoot down a couple, how many ever
And then
he
hide.
could, and then he'd land, he'd refuel,
Yeah.
reload, maybe land for a handful of
bit.
hours, and then come back up and just arbitrarily shoot down a couple more. And he was doing this for a little while. So a
29-year-old
29-year-old
Major Stefan.
Oh, that is awesome.
That is awesome.
that is
Terabal-
awesome.
Yeah.
Tarabalka.
So
Yep, that too.
yeah, there's a couple different things on some of the military stuff I follow, and they've really been touting about this, the Ghost of Kyiv.
I wish they would eliminate him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
somebody
here's the
needs to
thing:
check him
who's
out.
next in line to step into
Exactly.
his place?
Who's following right behind him?
Yeah.
Does he have
We don't know.
COVID?
Is there somebody
Kamala,
next
or
in
what?
line? I don't think there's anybody that's up till now who's ever been saying, "Hey, just in case, I'm second."
I don't know.
Well,
You don't
Putin's
have
been in
COVID
charge for
Kamala
over 20
jumping
years.
behind
'Cause I'm
him?
pretty sure, as an ex-KGB
KGB.
agent, as soon as you're the guy that stands up and says, "I'm second in charge," you're gonna get a bullet right in your head.
probably.
Dad, I'm waiting for you to tell me what drug that was. So so apparently Kamala Harris is getting this special drug because she is high
It
risk.
was the one
getting
that put
the
up
pill.
by Pfizer. Yeah, the
She's
pill.
getting the
Yes.
pill,
She
She's
getting the
high
Pfizer
risk.
pill?
the other pill,
No, there's a high risk pill.
Oh, really?
It's the Pfizer. It's put out by Pfizer.
the Pfizer
Yeah,
pill.
The Pfizer pill.
Because there's questions being asked on Capitol Hill now about, wait a minute, the Pfizer pill said that you had to take the pill 48 to 72 hours after symptoms occurred, and she is claiming she has no symptoms.
Hmm. Makes you
So what
think.
push is this for?
What was this for?
I was thinking.
Hmm.
It's this.
Hmm.
She has no symptoms. So what?
How does she know she has the Rona then?
Well, she's got
She
symptoms.
tested
just no
positive.
COVID symptoms.
Well, her husband had it a couple weeks ago.
We could test positive and not have.
How's that go?
That wasn't a. That was a growl.
Oh, that was a growl.
We're running out of time.
All right.
We are.
We are
Way-
gonna go over. We're at 8:15.
Way out of time. We haven't even got
We're
to the
not even
hooker.
worried. We're not even
We don't
worried
even
about
have.
it. Fauci says that the U.S. is out of the pandemic phase.
There's Fauci. Hey, I said his name.
Wow. Hold on. He actually said that.
He came back the next day and said, "Well, no, correction."
I was just kidding.
He did.
Backpedal
Yeah.
Fauci.
He literally
So-
did. He
yeah.
literally
Hold
did.
on. All
2 days
the
later,
life
he came
insurance
back and-
policies are going to have to go back in. I didn't mean it.
2
I
days
take it
later,
back.
he actually said, "Nope, I didn't mean that."
What an idiot.
Then why
so-
say anything at all?
Right?
He's
Just
better
shut your
to
mouth.
just
Indiana
keep his
attorney
sit
filed
there.
suit
Exactly.
against BLM. The woman who fell into a toilet.
What? What?
Ryan
you didn't
sent
hear about
this, but I didn't get to read it.
Wendy wants to tell this story so bad.
What happened?
Wendy wants to tell this
Oh, I
story.
can
Oh
see
my
this.
God. So for
What is
those-
a vault toilet, first of all?
so it's
A porta.
The blue shitters.
No, it's not a porta
Oh.
john. It's the
it,
bigger
it's
metal, the bigger stone ones
right.
with the real deep.
It's like an outhouse,
The
but
bowl,
it's
yeah.
Oh, okay. It's like an
Okay.
outhouse. I
Yeah.
got you. I got an outhouse. Okay.
Okay.
Like permanent. Okay.
permanent.
Got you.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's an outhouse, and those people with phones that they can't put them down. Guess where the phone went? Down the shitter. So she
That's
went.
a shitty situation.
It's a shitty situation. So to try to retrieve it,
Oh no.
yeah.
Oh no.
So
God,
she-
it just gets
Is,
better.
is this the one with the?
Yes. How
Okay.
many people do you think that fell into a shitter?
So she took
I hope there's
she
not
took-
many.
Not this week.
dog leashes to try to suspend
So
herself.
so I got a
She tried
question.
to use the leash originally.
So
right?
she went head first
head first.
into a stone.
Like she was spelunking. I mean,
shitter.
Yeah.
Where
She
was her phone for a
splunking in a
flashlight?
shitter. Oh my God, that's a
That's
visual.
that's
God.
another fucking crisp or
So-
a
you know, and again,
crunch. A
you wish
crumb.
that there were. You wish that you could have like the Star Trek where you could always see the video, right?
Dun, dun. It's like Mission Impossible.
Oh my God.
So,
So
so
she
she went head first into
She
the
was
shitter
trying to use the dog leash to kind of like
to hold herself up.
Yeah.
So
To
was there an
it
accomplice?
broke and boom. So the fire department
So
had
she was head first in the shitter.
yeah, she
Oh.
went
How
For
big
a
is
short
this?
period of time.
How big is until she was not anymore?
until she stood up and it's like, oh,
Okay,
Maybe this
so,
wasn't the
a good
best idea.
So 2 questions. First question.
Okay.
So you're now going headfirst into a shitter. To retrieve something you're going to take home with you.
And put next to your
I
face.
would have just
That's
left
just my
it
first
there.
question.
I would've
that's what
left it.
insurance is
Yeah.
for, you know.
Second question.
Done.
You're now standing in it and now you're grossed out.
Do we have a picture of this hooker?
I bet you it's a fat redneck
Is there?
hooker.
I gotta
20
know.
bucks.
No.
Yup.
Really? There's no.
Look at her.
That's not it.
No, these are the
Oh.
people. This is the fire department.
You just go-
Do you think that
And
they're
then
really?
to be
Do you
rescued
think
by
they're really
these
going to put a
people.
picture of somebody covered in shit on
I
the?
Brad,
No.
you deserve it,
Oh.
boo boo.
Oh, I just want to know.
TikTok that
She
shit.
will
You know
be our-
somebody's got it.
She is next week's hooker of the week.
I'm gonna find her.
Did you see the video from last weekend of the Florida deputy who climbed the building to rescue a baby from an Orlando apartment fire?
I heard about that. Yeah, I
That
didn't see
was
the picture, but I
awesome.
heard about that.
I mean, it wasn't like he climbed up 10 stories or anything. He climbed up just to the second story. But on the other hand,
Still.
I mean, again, Lover Men in Blue do not.
Yes.
They run toward the screams,
Yep.
not away from them.
That's awesome.
And so, I mean, he could not wait. What's in the box, Keith?
It is
chocolate.
a box of goodies.
It's
Ferrero
chocolate.
Rocher.
Show him your box.
Wow, that's kind of personal.
Show him.
Show him.
Show him your
Show
box.
Christine your
Hold
box.
on. Get the hooker music. Show him your box, baby.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. They give it a little
But,
wiggle.
this deputy did not hesitate. Fire department was not around. Climbed up onto the balcony.
My baby's up there.
Grab
Hats
this.
off to him.
Yeah, grab
Done.
this toddler and handed it down to people. I mean, just outstanding.
That's awesome.
That, my friends, is a hero.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, and that's
absolutely.
the stories we like to hear.
Right.
That is
Oh, and,
what
I, and
that's
it just it
uplifting
reminded me,
one.
unfortunately.
I do like that it was after the lady found the shitter. Made me feel a little better about life. Maybe we do have some hope in life, and we're not
and,
gonna.
and it just makes me realize that
fly
I did
into the
forget a
shit head
story on
first.
here from earlier in the week, and I apologize. So there was a Texas National Guardsman that lost his life in the Rio Grande.
Oh no. Oh, he was trying to save someone,
He
wasn't
was
he?
actually trying to save. So what
Yeah, I
originally
saw
the story
that.
was that he was trying to save two illegals that were coming across the
Yeah.
border. Coming to find out, they were actually two drug traffickers.
Of
Yeah.
course they were.
And he lost
Not
his
that
life.
it-
So
He lost his
unfortunately,
life
another
for two drug traffickers who
another
probably
hero.
didn't die.
The kid was like 22, 23 years old. They were told not to go into the water to save, but you see people
still
struggling in the
do.
water. You're not
Yeah,
gonna just stand
You're not
there and
gonna
watch.
just let him drown.
So I mean, he went in, and unfortunately, they survived, and he
Right.
didn't. I mean, so it's crazy. So as we talked about earlier, a judge blocked the Title 42 expulsion policy from being removed.
Good.
Mayorkas can't say whether suspected terrorists were released or not. He has no data on that. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see
Right.
here.
Move along.
Disinformation.
He actually said,
disinformation.
I mean, it was frustrating to watch because he actually sat there and he said in Congress that they inherited a system that was, and I had to actually write it down, broken and dismantled.
Yeah.
Really? Let's take a look at the numbers. It wasn't
Right.
broken and
Right.
dismantled.
It is
They're-
now.
Right now, they're getting up to 18,000 illegals per day.
Is anything perfect? No, but
No.
it was better than
It
what
wasn't-
it
But
is.
not
Yeah.
18,000 per day. And
Right.
they said, yes,
That's crazy.
10 to 20.
By the way, we're going to be talking about immigration come June with Arthur from Heavy Metal
Oh,
Bear Club.
awesome.
In studio
All right.
talking to us about that. So.
Awesome.
He knows it.
And then here's the John
firsthand.
opinion, can we fix this? I just
No.
want to point out, obviously elections have consequences. We just need to commit to a balanced budget. And I'm talking about, we need to start reaching out to our elected officials. Doesn't matter which side of the aisle they sit on. We need to start expressing our unhappiness with this. We need to start committing to a balanced budget. We need to stop printing money. We need to stop the unnecessary spending or forgiveness of current debts. We need to up interest rates to stop inflation.
What
I
you
know
want
that's
people
not-
to pay for their student loans?
right?
Right.
You
Oh, I'm
are
sorry.
so silly.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we
go
need
get
to-
some student loans.
and
not to
we
pay
need
for
to
'em.
go. We need to, and unfortunately, when things get bad, we need to increase rates to a rate that is going to be uncomfortable to stop inflation today.
Absolutely.
Because if we sit here and we do baby steps, guess what?
Nope.
We're going to do the exact same thing we did during the Obama administration, and we're going to
Yep.
just barely get a little bit better every month.
But
Barely.
it's a game of kick the can. We're just kicking
No,
the can down
exactly.
the street.
We need
further
to
and further.
we
I
need to
mean,
cut it
it's-
off, stop it right now, and just make it go away.
Right.
We need to build the wall and stop all the craziness on the border. We need to start fixing where there's all the waste, fraud, and abuse in the government spending.
And in that, you need to stop giving away free paychecks to people sitting at home on their ass.
Absolutely, 100%. We need to get the government out of my work, hospital, school, healthcare, body, and/or marriage. We need to make the government stay in its lane where the White House runs foreign policy and leads from the front instead of all these little baby step approaches. We need to make Congress make the laws and oversee the budget. Let the military run the military. SCOTUS needs to oversee just anything that's going to be constitutional. And I love it because this goes back to what Rob was saying. You know, the let's ban the cheapest light bulbs during a period of record inflation. And I had to add this little thing over here on the side.
I did that. Yep. Exactly.
Oh my God. And then, you know,
Wow.
we got the quote. We got the quote of the week. You know, I thought this was actually very
Shirley
fitting.
Temple.
Shirley Temple, be brave and clear. Follow your heart. Don't be overly influenced by outside factors. Be true to yourself.
Amen.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
So my like of the week,
Best.
obviously, is this meme here.
Best
But I did some close
No.
inspection. Now hold on,
I
hold
like
on.
one better.
No, hold on. This is John's like of the week, not Lindsay's.
I know you
of
like
the
this
week.
one better
You
though
got
too.
But see, but I'm going to point out that I did a
Shush.
little. I studied this. You know, you sit back and you take a minute and you look at it. And you go, wait, there's a little smudge down here.
Oh.
So we had to send this off. We had to send this off to the Coffee Table Chronicle lab
Wow.
to have them do a digital enhancement of what that smudge was. And so we came up with this. And so we did another further
enhancement.
Oh boy.
and it came up being this. On the far right of the line, there was this. Is that you, Dan?
Wow.
That's all we get is a wow.
Why
Sorry.
why was it blacked out?
Just because I didn't know if Dan wanted to share his Twitter handle.
How is he supposed to get all those followers if you're
Yeah,
cutting out his stuff?
You could have just shot his subscriptions through the roof right now.
Right?
You just wasted it all.
Dan can put it on. Dan can put it on right now. I notice he's being very quiet.
He's
all
gonna
over.
put it on the
He's
link
falling
right now.
asleep.
So you like that Twitter post better than the "Stop flirting with me, I'm shy"?
No, stop flirting with that. That was come on. Don't tell me that's not
That's
awesome.
bad.
The best. Well,
There you go. He said thank you, John.
I know. Put your
I don't think he meant it that
Twitter
way,
link
but
out
yeah.
Dad, let people know so they can follow you.
All right, we got to do hooker of the week.
Yes.
Oh, hold on.
We have a very
Hold on.
special.
Oh, very
Hold
specific on
on. I think a drink needs to be before this.
Okay.
Toss
We're
it
all-
back.
we're
There
all
you
watching.
go.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
That's a good one, not the yucky ones.
And it's such a special hooker of the week that
That
we
I
have
even
a
get a new.
different intro for it.
Oh yes.
Oh,
amazing.
really?
You have to watch.
So hooker of the week.
Does it have the shimmy?
It's got a little more than the
It's
shimmy.
got. I had
Got
to.
a
I had to check
shimmy.
this. I had to
It's
check this a
shimmy
couple different ways.
plus.
Yes, you read that right, Lindsay.
Oh yeah, that just happened.
Trans hooker of the week.
So
So
Oh,
this is what happens when you're hooped up on
Hooped.
hooped up on steroids, hopped
Okay.
up, hopped up on
Hopped up.
steroids, and you don't sleep, and it's like midnight, 1 a.m, and somebody says, "Oh, did you read this story?" No,
and who was that said that?
some guy in my bed. Should get it looked into.
You should.
So,
So tell us about.
did you hear about the story about the teacher who says that ovaries make eggs, women don't?
what?
So sure, not totally false. No, I didn't. So I look it up. Not only is it a teacher, it is. Let me read it first. Hold on. Sorry, I'm not where I
Okay.
should be.
Should we put up a picture of
Not
this
yet, not
person?
yet.
Okay. Okay.
Not yet.
This person speaking on the video is identified as Sam Long and makes it clear that he prefers he, him pronouns. Picture, please.
Okay.
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 This trans teacher Let me re-say that again. This trans teacher
So-
says he teaches inclusive language, like not everyone who produces eggs is a woman.
What?
Like not everyone who produces eggs is a woman.
So she's a woman pretending to be a man or
Yes.
wanting to be a man.
Gonna be a man.
Okay.
But not every one who produces eggs is a woman. Okay. You lose me there.
I
I'm
happen
sure.
to follow the
So
science.
Yeah.
there's a video.
Oh,
I don't have it hooked up. I couldn't. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Okay.
Can you go away from the picture?
In
I
the
don't wanna
video.
look at that
where
anymore.
should I look for the video?
I have it. I'll show it to you after.
Okay.
So hold on.
I don't want to put it on here so we get blocked again.
I know. We're already probably going to be blocked
Because-
anyways.
2 weeks
So-
ago when we or 2 weeks ago?
It was
Yes.
2 weeks ago. Yes.
2 weeks ago when we used the stupid Saudi Arabian,
Has it ever heard?
Saturday Night Live bullshit, we got blocked on YouTube. Of all things, really?
It wasn't
Right.
even because of
It was a
me. Like,
freaking Saudi Arabian
'Kay.
skit, and that's what blocked us on YouTube.
so you ready?
Yes.
So good.
Yeah.
Not really,
So-
but
Is your fridge producing eggs right now, Dad? So in our classroom, we need to be a stickler for inclusive language. In this is quotes. In any conversation, especially in the content that we teach. I'd like to give some examples from my contact, which is science.
you lost me
I've
there.
mostly taught biology, and we're teaching about life and living things. We need to be clear that we're including all living things, including all people in that. Totally good with that. So I want to offer one resource that I'm going to drop in my chat from my website. So me and my 2 other trans identifying high school teachers put together a language guide. Our site is called
Sure.
Oh boy.
genderinclusivebiology.com.
Follow the
And
the
s-
science.
And some things that we come up with
Come
this-
up with?
this bro is like, yes. And some things that we come up
Obviously not
on
an
a
English
lot
teacher.
are teaching about cell division or reproduction. Sure. This is where it gets good. A lot of textbooks, a lot of existing teaching will say, well, women produce eggs. Okay. Fact. Males are more likely to be colorblind.
Which I don't get. I mean, where did that
Where
come
did-
Left
yeah.
field. Sure. Not
Okay.
sure if it's
Let's
true.
just
Could-
pull it out of
couldn't
our
tell
ass,
ya.
right? Okay.
The mother carries the fetus for this many months. Again, fact.
Yeah.
And some ways that we can show our support for trans and non-binary students is to just clean up that language and be more precise.
So now we're going to change the language to cater
How-
to a certain
No,
group.
How
wait a
is
minute, wait a minute.
Not precise.
That is very precise.
And you're absolutely right. And I'm gonna counter this because anybody that's listening to this that's going to be very left is going to sit there and say, "What a bunch of homophobic, whatever."
Right-winged
yeah,
racists
No.
and
And I'm going to sit there and say
sexophobes.
that the point is,
It's science.
biology.
one, it's science.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
It's
One, it's
science.
science. And the other
You're-
thing is the fact that
You're born with certain
if
parts.
you're going to push us, meaning those on the right, into not just, you do you, I'll do me, nobody worries about it.
Right. You do, Rob.
And there's
Stop all the time.
That's
That's
a
why I have
problem
those
right
tickets.
there. But the point is, if you're gonna if you don't want me to push you, then don't push me.
Right, exactly.
True.
And that's
Yeah.
the thing. If you want to live where you just do your thing,
Bro, go for
go
it.
right ahead. I could care less.
Doesn't matter.
Go
But on
for
the
it.
other hand, don't push me.
If you want to
Because
push
guess
me,
what?
I'm going to push
Unfortunately,
back.
and Wendy gave me, we were talking about something at work earlier this week, and I had somebody that irritated the crap out of me. And she goes, "Just don't engage." And I'm like, "Really?"
Don't throw punch people,
the Irish
John.
in me has no idea what you're talking about. Don't engage. I have no idea. I have no other way to but just engage.
Abort.
It-
Abort.
it's kind of like if I came, let's say you were a Baptist and I'm Catholic, okay, and I tried to force you to become Catholic. I try to force you to accept my way of thinking. It's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is.
I mean,
Absolutely.
It's your life. Just because
100%.
I don't agree with your lifestyle doesn't mean I have to cater to you because this is your lifestyle.
Yeah. And you can sit and have conversations about you being Catholic and you
And
not
therein
being
lies-
Catholic.
And therein
but
lies
live your life.
Nobody's
and-
pushing anything on anybody
Right.
else.
And therein
live
lies
your
something
life.
that I've heard for years that said that the Republican Party, love it or hate it, it's not perfect, and I'm not saying
No.
that it is.
Can we just say like conservatives?
No, I'm going to actually call out the Republican
Okay.
Party
Okay.
because the Republican Party would get more of those that are in the middle if they would not worry about abortion
Mhm.
and not worry about the LGBTQ
TQMWSRP.
XYZ.
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
You do you, I'll do me.
Bro,
I'm
good.
not worried about if you feel that it's okay that
You want to be a
if
kitty
you
cat
wanna
and identify
abort
as one, bro,
a
go for it.
8-month and 3-week
Old.
month-old baby,
Yeah.
go right ahead because it's legal. If you want to do whatever you want to do, go right ahead. That's you. But don't push it on me. Don't make me
True.
feel
Yeah,
like that.
very
You know,
true.
and then therein lies why the extreme left, because they cater to that.
And they're constantly pushing on
And they're
everyone.
constantly pushing
Yeah.
on
Oh,
that.
you want to?
On the
you
other
wanna feel
hand,
like
because,
a kitty cat
you know,
in a litter
again,
box?
and
That's
here's the other
great.
thing that I get all
Let's
the
make
time,
some laws for you.
because I get this all the time, and it
Yeah,
is a little
exactly, Rob.
slight bit irritating because of the fact that, you know, those that
Very
died
true.
for this country get a day,
Right.
but if you're gay, you get a whole
You get a
month.
whole month.
Exactly.
Well, why do we have to label everything?
look
why,
at-
why does LGBTQ, whatever it is,
And
why
again,
do we have
I
to put
could,
labels on that?
you know, and up until now, and including now, if you want the entire month of June, go right ahead. I don't care. Whatever.
June, it's
Celebrate.
fucking hot. Go for it.
Celebrate your heart out. I don't care. I could give a shit.
Doesn't bother me at all. It
But
doesn't bother me
again,
at all.
I don't need to. If you want to spend a weekend and, you know,
Cabo, drinking,
I
whatever.
seen, you know, back when we lived in Chicago, when Wendy and I lived in the Chicago area, and we see where they would take a weekend and they would block off downtown Chicago
Oh.
and they'd have this fantastic parade, and I'd sit there and I'd look at it and go, okay,
Nice
there's a
parade.
parade. But on the
Awesome.
other hand, it's no different than, you know, look, there's the Irish parade. No, look, there's the whatever. And, you know, I'm like, hey, whatever. You know, I didn't go down there
Cool
because
parade.
guess what? I'm
Didn't
not going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It gets better.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
Shit, I thought we were done.
Yeah.
Oh,
jeez.
This is the part
she
that
reeled us
Rob is
in.
going to like.
She was just beginning.
Long said, we can be more accurate and be more inclusive. So I would say, no, it's not a woman that produces eggs. It's not a woman that produces eggs. It's ovaries that produce eggs. I agree with that.
Yeah,
I do agree with that.
You're right.
You are being technical. You are being
Being
specific.
technical, yes.
I am good with that. We're not going to go into who carries ovaries.
Okay.
You can get into that with what you want. An ovary produces eggs. Good. That's accurate.
I'm gonna disagree,
That's
Rob, but
precise. Yeah, I know. We're acknowledging that not all women produce eggs. Could be true.
True. Yeah.
Sometimes women don't work. Absolutely
True.
great.
Yeah.
And also, not all eggs producers are women.
Therein lies
Say what?
the problem.
Yeah.
You crossed a line.
Yeah.
So, show me.
You
Tell
crossed a
me,
biological line.
For example, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And
How
again,
did you come up with
I
this?
understand where
Not all egg
They-
producers are women. What else produces
I understand
eggs?
where
Right,
they,
yeah.
he, she,
A chicken? A chicken's
whatever
a girl?
is no, because
If they identify
they are,
as a
they are
man,
claiming that they may have been biologically a woman, but now all of a sudden they identify as a man. So now
I can
a
produce
man
eggs.
has ovaries. No, that's not the way biology works.
Oh, you know.
No, you were born with
If you
certain
if you
parts.
carry ovaries, you are still
biologically
a woman.
You
Yeah.
are biologically
Just
a
because you wanna
female, and
say you're
that's
a
the way
man,
the
Just because I
science
feel like a
works.
man and now I took
Doesn't
hormones and I have a
make you
beard
man.
doesn't make me.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
honey, those ovaries ain't gonna work no more. I'm just-
Yeah.
Well, that was interesting.
It's been fun. It gets a lot better. You should see the video.
Oh,
It's really good.
I want to hear.
Read the whole thing.
I want to hear John's
Yeah.
rebuttal against Rob's comment. I'm curious what
I
you're
forget what
going to
Rob's
say.
comment was.
I'll put it back up there.
Yeah, let me see what it
He
was.
says
doing
he's
shots
great
over here
with full include.
I've been doing shots over here. and,
Oh boy.
I don't remember.
He's
Great
great
with full
with-
inclusive and don't rewrite the
Great.
science.
You wanna feel what you wanna feel? Don't
I
rewrite
guess
science.
my issue is the word inclusiveness.
Who is excluding him?
Inclusiveness.
Well, the
Who's
thing is,
excluding
I'm
yourself?
not going
Yeah,
to.
you
I don't
excluded
have
yourself.
to. I don't have to accept you.
To be okay with you.
You don't have to accept me.
True.
Right.
Just
True.
live with it.
Right. Absolutely. And I would
And I
agree
guess
with
that's
that.
my line in the sand.
You're-
I don't have to
yeah.
accept you. I don't have to like it. I don't have to. But on the other hand, I have no right as an American citizen.
to do anything to you.
Yeah. And
About it.
on the same token, you have no right to say anything or do anything to me, even though the left, especially the extreme left, seems to feel that they are fully embroiled in the fact that they have the ability to say whatever they want
And exclude everybody.
and then on the top of it, well, you're homophobic and you're a racist.
So
Because
get out.
whenever it goes bad, you're homophobic, racist. But the point is, I don't
Don't
have to
flirt
like
with
it.
me, I'm
I don't
shy.
have to include you, and I don't have to feel like you need. I don't have to accept it. But if I don't like it, because guess what? If I'm
There's things that they're not.
if I
Someone's
sit
not
there
going
and
to
I
like
say,
about you.
well, I mean, the perfect point is, if I sit there and I say I voted for Trump, are you going to include me?
Right.
No.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Absolutely
So
not.
this
And
is
that should be the
So-
most. That should be the most minuscule.
thing that
of
you're
all of
concerned
it.
about.
But on the other hand, if I said that I voted for Trump, then you're going to want to exclude me.
Well, and not even that. So think about it this way.
To die the fuck. when
Dude,
you
They're
want.
supposed to
Oh,
be due.
Do.
Oh, see, no, I see die. I don't know
Do.
what the
And D the fuck what you want.
And D the fuck would you
Hey.
want?
But here's the thing.
D it.
and
So-
Fifi.
So back when we were kids, okay.
And to believe what you want.
Hey,
Exactly.
Rob,
Obviously-
You get-
and Fifi, man, and Fifi.
And what the fuck?
Back when we were kids, if you're walking down the street,
And
you see
Fifi?
two
And
dudes
Fifi.
kissing on the side of the road. You see two chicks kissing on the side of the road. Yeah, you thought
You're
it was
going
weird, but you
your
kind of
way.
went about your way, right? Where do we reach that point to where all of a sudden these people started saying we need to
I'm more
have more
important.
of a voice, so we need to have more rights than
What
anybody
rights
else
do you
does.
get?
Yeah, you have the same rights as I do.
Why
The-
are your
well,
rights?
it
because
all-
you-
it all
if
started with the
human
right-
nature says that somebody's going to, then you should bring that up to the authorities because guess what? You're being denied.
discriminated against.
Yeah, you're being discriminated
Done.
against. But on the other hand, you have the same rights as I do.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden they want to make it to where,
I'm more special than you.
well, I mean, no, now it's all has to be because inclusiveness is not enough. Now it has to be, everything has to be not, it's not
More.
equality, equality.
Equality.
Equality. It's not inequality.
Now it has
Equal.
to be equal. Everything has to
Right.
be equal.
But
So
how
that
is it
way,
not equal? That's what I
because
don't
guess what?
understand.
Well, because
if
that
you
is
want
the
to marry,
door to
if you want to
socialism.
marry a man,
Right. Exactly.
go for it, bro.
Boom.
That is
By all
because
means.
that is the door to socialism.
Right there.
Because
Why
that's where
are we not all equal
because
to begin with?
just because I'm a doctor and I make $500,000 a year, because where does it stop? Because now it's but you are a janitor and you are entitled to half of my money because you're a janitor, just because you don't have the smarts. And I am a doctor, even
because
though I
I
have the
chose to go to
I
school
should feel
to be,
I should feel obligated that I just because I'm smart that I am helping out
and
my
I
fellow
took my
man,
time to do it,
and I should help everybody else.
That's equality.
That's
in their
equality.
eyes.
Well,
in
we
social
we
sense.
went.
That's
we
not
totally
equality.
switched gears here.
Yeah, but you know when
I
this
know we were just
started.
kissing
This
man. I
started.
don't know what
This
just happened.
I
this
know.
started
We just-
when
woo.
I know. I was like, what the?
this started when gays and lesbians wanted to get married and they couldn't.
Go for it,
because
bro.
wasn't recognized in the
Again,
courts.
Right.
peace out.
But that's
Go
when
for it.
That's when it started. That's when this whole snowball started. And all of a sudden, when they started getting those rights, then
Then we
you
started
want more.
raising
You want
boys as
more.
girls,
Right.
and
Right.
Again, peace out. Do you
Right.
do you? I'll
Stay
do
in
me.
your
but
lane.
Don't worry about my business. I'm not going to worry about yours.
Yeah,
Exactly.
stay in your
And
lane.
again, it comes back to, and this goes back to what I said.
Exactly, Rob.
If
Yeah.
the Republican
Thank you.
Party,
Yeah. And,
you
and
want
I
to
think
you want to
that's
kiss the
what
man
yeah,
on the side of the
exactly.
road, Rob?
you're
Go
trying
for
to
it.
say that.
and the
Yeah.
Republican
Right.
Party, if they would just stop with the abortion and stop with either the call it whatever you
Can't
want.
we just throw that in with the pork?
Oh my
I'm
God.
just saying, like, don't put that as the voting. Just throw it with the pork.
All right, let's switch gears because we still have to do the quiz. But I want to,
Oh, that
Oh,
was
we're gonna
good.
still do a quiz.
yeah, I want to bring up
Don't we have a
something.
quiz?
I got kind of a rant, not really a rant tonight, but
You want
kind
to do
of-
the rant now?
yeah, I'll do the rant now.
Okay.
Do it.
So,
Let's hear it.
couple of things. Again, I go back to my conspiracy theory.
Mm.
I'm not really a conspiracy theorist, but there are things that are
It's okay, we'll still
making me
accept you.
question things. So for anybody who's from Arizona, lives in Arizona, we lost another great musician a couple of days ago, Dwayne Moore with Mogollon Band. Mogion's been around for a very, very long time. Very successful country band here in Arizona, and just in the country industry. And he died suddenly. I haven't heard what happened yet, but it kind of brought up a conversation on Facebook that I was reading, and it started making me think. We have lost way too many people this year. Just
in general.
I know death is part of life. We get that, and there's always those circumstances, but we've lost too many young people this year. It's out of the norm, in my opinion. I've lost more people in the last couple of years that I personally know, and it wasn't age. It wasn't age related. It wasn't like, okay, well, they're 80 years old and they've lived a good life and this and that. It's not that.
So what do you think it is?
Well, there's two other things that came up this week that I thought was interesting. So first article that I saw was FDA approves COVID shots for kids. I came across that article again, but then I saw another article that the CDC released a report saying that liver disease in children is on the rise.
Yes.
Wow. What a
along
surprise.
with hepatitis.
Yeah, basically it is hepatitis. Yeah. So, you start putting all this stuff together, and again, I don't want to always go back to the vaccines, but there's just something not right. Something's off.
2 + 2 is not equaling 4.
Is not equaling 4. Exactly. And it's just weird because it just sucks, and I don't know what to attribute to. And I don't want to come across as a conspiracy theorist, but I don't know what else to attribute it to.
So
just a shitty year. I mean, is that what you say? It's too weird. It's just
what
too
did he
weird.
die from?
It'll be
I don't know. It wasn't released. It wasn't released yet.
On that note, so me being me, because I'm not a conspiracy theorist either, but looking back to see if we have any 2021 deaths yet, a year later,
Still nothing?
Nope.
How about
2020.
Oh, they finally posted 20?
It just says mortality in the United States. So it says the leading cause for death for 2020 was heart disease at 696,000, almost 697,000. Cancer, 602. COVID-19, 350. Not even half of heart disease.
So obviously someone went back
Accidents,
and
200.
Shouldn't we
Stroke.
be outlawing bacon then?
Stroke,
That's right.
liver, chronic respiratory disease, Alzheimer's, diabetes, influenza. Only 53,000 people died in 2020 of influenza.
but let's
How many?
53,000.
with COVID, originally they were saying that the numbers were much higher than
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So they went back
Millions.
and they reworked those
Mhm.
numbers.
Right.
And the funny thing is did they ever come back and say, hey, look, you know
This
what?
is what it really was. I'm so sorry.
Exactly. This is what we said it was, but this is what it really is once we went back. No, there is no mention of it until you just brought
Nope.
that up. And
Yep.
that I find more interesting than anything.
And I want to
Yep.
clarify something too. I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. I'm not indicating. I was just giving a shout out to Dwayne Moore, and our condolences to his family. Obviously,
Yes.
It just kind of hit home being a musician, and I'm not saying his was attributed to any vaccine or anything like that.
We don't
I don't know. I don't know how he passed away, but it just
made you start thinking.
Yeah, I mean, my buddy Bill passed away, and according to his wife, that was COVID. And a couple other musicians that I know have passed away, and they're my age. You know what I mean? It's just not normal,
Right.
And the guys that I knew were in decent shape, and they were okay. They seemed to be okay. Now, whether they got the vaccine, I don't know. It just something just feels very off to me. It's just not right. And it even goes as far as like keeping in touch with people I went to school with, high school with. We've lost a lot of people from my graduating class.
And it'll be interesting to
Really?
see
Yeah.
what happens in the next few years too.
It's Putin's fault. You're right, Rob.
It is Putin's fault. So in 2020, 9 of the 10 leading causes of death remain the same as in 2019. Top leading causes: heart disease, cancer. COVID-19, newly added as a cause of death in 2020, became the 3rd leading cause of death.
Yeah.
That's nothing. I thought everybody was dying from COVID.
Right.
That's what there was well over
Billions is
million.
what they told us. What did they say? Every single death was pretty much COVID.
Well,
Well,
that's what we kept hearing.
in
Yeah.
the US it was, I want to say, over 1 million.
8 out of
people.
10 is what they were pretty much telling you.
And heavy metal, 50s is young. It's young.
Yeah.
It's young to be losing
Yeah.
people in their 50s. I get it. I guess heart disease does happen, cancer does
Yeah.
happen, but
70s, 80s, 90s, sure. Absolutely.
Yep.
By all means.
What is Rob saying? Of course it does.
I don't know.
What'd you
I don't
say?
know what you're in charge.
I don't know. What was that
over
for, Rob?
I don't remember.
It's
what comment
Putin's
that was.
fault.
It's
Oh, I
there.
don't
It's
know.
Putin's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want to bring that up because it's just not sitting right with me, and I wasn't sure if I was the only one, but
Obviously
No, we
not.
should always question and look at those things.
Yeah, it's been exactly the same.
right.
Yep. Exactly.
And
But
it
they
is
stopped
it is
reporting.
again, it's not to downplay COVID. It's not to downplay that COVID
No.
wasn't a bad disease. It was.
It
It
was.
obviously was, but
But it wasn't what they said it was.
there's so much
Exactly.
more to this. And I couldn't find the article, but I heard on one of the shows that I listened to that I guess Pfizer released a report that they had a lot of
Misinformation.
definitely misinformation, but they didn't release a lot of the
Results.
negative effects from the vaccine
They
testing.
didn't release any of the negative.
It wasn't.
No.
It wasn't.
You had to
Well,
go
no,
and
they're
look
under-
at it.
They've
no,
never,
for it.
They're under
even
a
still, they
72-year lockdown.
but now it's coming out. It's coming out now that there were
Oh, by the way, there was actually
Adverse
bad things
reactions.
that
That's
happened.
until the
Yeah.
disinformation board.
And why
something.
is it still, Rob? Question for you. Sure, Rob. Dye your hair again. Why is it still that we are still using Pfizer and Moderna when they're not FDA approved? And why are they still EAU when we do have an FDA approved?
Good question.
Why is that still even okay?
Good question.
Ooh,
That would
good,
make me 50.
Follow-
good one,
Follow
Dan.
the
I like
money.
that. Dan's got a
Follow
good
the
follow the
money.
money. Exactly. Follow the money. Follow the
But
corruption.
you can't, like, law says
Follow
you
the
cannot
money.
have this.
So-
Why are we not fighting this and saying, gee, hey, hi?
shot for the
Follow the
musician.
money.
yeah. Shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers.
What was his name again?
Dwayne
Cheers.
Moore.
Dwayne Moore.
Mogollon, lead singer for Mogollon, a hell of a talent. Just had a huge impact on the country industry.
Did you want to be him?
Okay, so
I have a lot of respect for that band. They're one of the bands that have been around for a very long time. They've been
Ever.
around since like the 70s, I think.
Oh,
wow.
my goodness.
And all my buddies, Donnie, all my
Everybody knew,
buddies
yeah.
played with them, and
Oh, that's
I
cool.
got to see him a couple of times, and yeah, I mean, it's just sad. It really hits home for me, and it just, like I said, just something just doesn't sit right with me with this. There's too many. We lost.
You've
way
had a
too
bunch
many.
of them.
Yeah. Ethan passed away. I mean, just we lost a lot of people this year, and guys my age that shouldn't
Is
typically have
COVID-
died.
Is COVID going after musicians?
Right? Oh no,
Is that in the DNA? You better watch out.
this is taking a creepy turn. All
Yeah,
right, let's
right?
get
I'm
let's
so
get
sorry.
let's get to the
Okay,
quiz of the
Debbie
week.
Meadows
Yeah, we
over there
need a
having
quiz.
whiskey, and
She's like, you guys are screwing my buzz.
Yeah.
All right, as always,
Hold on, I'm not ready.
rules of the game. You guys can play from home. Please give us your selections, but tell us what number you're answering so we can keep up relative to current events. Is that our quiz of the week?
that is our quiz. Of the
So
week.
we
That was very like show. I was waiting for you to be Vanna White with like a sign. That
John
was
will
very
play
good.
the theme to Jeopardy. You have that pulled up,
no.
so you have to the end of
Unfortunately, it doesn't take much for you to come up with
Hold
that.
on.
Right.
It's like his first thing on his playlist.
So
and
it
that's all he
almost
ever plays.
is.
you
It's
guys
like
will
fourth.
have till the end of the song to answer the question, and we're gonna display the answer just so you know, because we are out of time, so we're gonna keep this rolling.
But I
along.
like-
Well, we have a time.
Yeah.
No, we really don't. We don't.
Wow, you
We-
were really not too far over.
Okay. No, we're not.
Surprisingly.
Not
All right.
All right.
Number
Let's do it.
one in the book, 1984. What is the mission of the Ministry of Love? Control food, goods, and production.
Oh.
Control news and entertainment. Control peace and war. Or ID monitor and arrest dissidents.
What's a dissident?
A ne'er-doer,
Like a naysayer?
naysayer.
Uh,
What is the mission of the Ministry of Love?
We have to keep the lag.
And
in
Wendy
mind,
is
too.
sitting there and going, "Damn it! I read the damn
I
book too."
know. That's why I'm like,
We got a B from Heavy
I mean,
Metal.
she like Wendy read the book like recently.
C from Christine.
well, not the whole book, but that was covered. I can't believe I.
We gotta wait.
All right, are we ready?
No, we gotta wait a
Yes.
couple seconds because there's lag.
Oh,
Remember, there's lag. There's like
we're waiting on
Okay.
bios to books, aren't we?
there's like a
Who should
20-second
know this
lag.
book?
he's passed out. I haven't heard from him.
He is not.
He just made a comment. On
Yeah,
it.
I
Did he?
did.
Bios
Yeah.
to books.
Oh,
Come
there he is,
on.
Aaron.
We got Heavy
should
Metal
have
B,
this all
Christine
down.
C. Anybody else want to jump
Come
in
on,
on
Dad.
this?
Come on, Rob.
Dan, if you want to read the book, we have it at home.
Going once.
Twice.
Going twice.
Did Wendy just changed?
Yeah.
What?
Doubting herself.
I am.
She changed.
Oh.
Do it.
All right, let's do it, John.
ID
Oh,
monitors
nice.
and arrest
Wow.
dissidents.
Okay,
The
wow.
Ministry of Love.
Obviously, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
In the book 1984, what
God, is this all about
ideology? Now,
1984?
these are only 2 questions from 1984. In 1984, what ideology was in control of Oceania, which was the U.S., UK, and South America? Neo-Bolshevism,
God bless you.
obliteration of the self, fascism, or IGSOC?
I'm gonna go with Big Sock because I just like the word.
Ooh, I don't remember.
Neo-Bolshevism, I kind of like too. Crap. I don't know what it means. I'm gonna go with Neo-Bolshevism.
You should probably.
Just because I haven't
should-
heard of any of the other ones.
You should probably stay with D, Lindsay. But I don't know.
Ishniganak.
Ingsoc? Because I think I remember.
Ing-
I think I remember seeing
Ingsoc.
Ingsoc in the movie.
God bless you. Can I do both?
We got a C. We got a
one
B.
or the other.
A DAC?
One or the other. One or the other.
We got to increase that song a little bit.
Ignisoc.
Ingsoc.
Ingsoc.
I remember seeing that in the movie.
But Bolshevism.
There's a movie?
There is.
Yeah.
That's what I watched.
Yeah, 1984.
Bolshevism.
Well, that's what we
Damn it.
started watching.
You want to go for that Bolshevism, don't
I
you?
really do.
Stop
Go
with that
for it.
bullshit.
Come on, what are we doing? What are we doing?
You just stop
Are
with
we
that
ready?
Bolshevism.
All right, let's do it. Let's just
Don't
play
you
it.
Let's
talk
hear
to
it.
me.
Do it.
What's
Yeah.
the answer?
Bolshevism, isn't it?
Ingsoc.
See, I told you.
English socialism.
See?
But
I-
that starts with an E.
Well, but the point is, my point is the fact that it is English socialism is what brings this all about.
Mhm.
Number 3, what inventor patented the first speaker capable of reproducing intelligible speech in 1876?
Ooh.
Come on, musician.
I know,
Thomas
I
Edison,
know.
Alexander Graham Bell, Ernest Siemens, or Edward Washburn Kellogg?
The cereal guy.
Yeah, I'm. God,
You really gonna go with cereal guy?
Well, Washburn's a guitar, by the way.
Oh, okay.
These are all relatively famous names.
Yeah, and B would
Never.
I would take B too as a choice, but I'm gonna go because of Washburn. I'm gonna go with that.
Could be Siemens though.
These are all
Heavy metal's going B.
Like
See, that's
We talked about the
Oh,
speakers.
you know it's B then.
We talked about the new speaker technology. This will be the first technology to be brand new.
I'm gonna
since
change it.
before the new century.
heavy
I'm
metal.
going with heavy metal.
I hope you're right, heavy metal, because
Are we
that's
ready?
kind of what
Yep.
I was leaning towards.
Are we ready?
Uh-huh.
Hold on, we got
Do it.
We got
Do
a B.
it.
We got
Let's
B,
hear it.
C, B.
Alexander Graham Bell.
See? Good choice. Good choice.
You gotta go with heavy metal. You know they know that.
They know their shit.
Nice.
Gen Z is generally considered those born between when? 65 to 80, 81 to 96, 97 to 12, or 13 to mid 20s.
gotta
Who
be-
is Gen Z?
Oh, jeez.
No,
I thought it was C.
Yeah.
I thought it was C.
because 13 to 20 are they're what, like 5? Not doing anything. They're being 5, although they're being
Do
girls.
I make these easy?
X.
I gotta come on.
It is not B. Let's not fight right now.
Lindsay's gonna throw some
This
whiskey.
could
in there.
all change. I will
Go ahead
bring
and
me that.
throw
I'm gonna
whiskey
spit in that
at
whiskey.
me. I am never
getting-
going to discourage anybody.
I'm gonna
to
throw.
whiskey
Where's
at
the
me.
one? I'm gonna
We're-
get the
thinking it's
rose
the-
whiskey that you hate.
We're
I
getting a
don't
lot of
like
D's.
Free
Oh,
whiskey
better
coming
not.
through the air. How could I go wrong?
Rob says fake news.
Are we
It's
ready?
misinformation,
We're ready.
Rob.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's throw it up there.
97 to
Oh,
12.
Nice.
Better not have been B. I was gonna.
So, just for general knowledge, D, do you know what that generation is called right
Fucking
now?
pansies. Sorry.
They're kids. They're little children
Yeah,
right
You
now.
don't know if they're a girl or a boy.
It's got 2 letters. Doesn't it have 2 letters in there or something?
Gen Alpha.
Oh, Alpha. Okay.
what?
Gen
Gen
Alpha.
Alpha.
Okay.
Who? You want to know what I want?
All right,
for
so
next
this is a long question.
Holy shit.
Oh,
So,
wow.
question
I want
number
one for
5:
next
the International
question.
Covenant
Hey, it's
on
my
Civil
birthday.
and Political Rights is a multilateral treaty that commits states priority to respect the civil and political rights of individuals. Basically, it's the UN says that all these states that signed said that everybody has the right to life, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of electoral rights, and right to due process and fair trial.
Awesome.
Okay. Signed back in 1976. Well, signed back in 66, but finally got
Yep.
everybody.
That's what
enforced.
generation it is.
What country has tried to withdraw from this?
Hold on. Can we go back to that? Can we look at that date?
It doesn't matter.
That's my birthday.
Oh, okay.
Not
It
1966.
does
but-
matter. Obviously, it does
March
matter.
23rd.
But what countries have tried to withdraw from this?
The Americas.
China, North Korea, Cuba,
Oh.
or Iran?
Where's all of the above? I don't see that.
Every
option.
single one. China all day.
Oh, Keith is doing his deep
Oh.
breathing exercises
Yeah.
over there.
That's
Hold
the
on,
one.
he doesn't have ovaries. He can't do
I'm
that.
not
so
doing
sorry.
Lamaze.
1966 rules. It does. I just don't know anything about it.
1966 does rule.
I just don't know anything about it. I'm so
That was the
sorry.
year I was born.
Was it? Oh, God. So it was my birthday in your year.
It was,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
All right, ready?
Nobody has guessed. Not one
Nobody.
person.
'Cause
Not one
nobody
person
I
put
knows.
a
can't
guess
say I
out
blame
there.
them.
Come on, Dan.
Heavy Metal says B.
hasn't
Christine
played this whole
says
time.
C.
I pissed him off with the.
No, he's probably having a shit fit right now because his Twitter views just went up.
I know. He's responding to everybody.
He's got 1 million subscribers right
Don't
now.
flirt
No,
with me,
did he
I'm
put his
pretty-
address up?
No.
No, he didn't.
It's not like he's going to be hard to find.
It says bios books anyhow. So
No, that's not right there.
But that's not his
Dan
Twitter
Davidson.
handle.
Oh, it's not.
No,
Oh.
every
All right,
single
that's
one of
been
his
2
social
rounds.
medias
Are we
is
ready?
different.
All right, let's
Why
do
would
it.
it be the same?
North Korea
Yes.
has tried to withdraw.
Really? China hasn't?
Correct. They just don't care.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
What is not used to calculate the GDP?
That would be the gross national product.
Gross domestic product.
Gross
Fuck.
domestic product.
GD. Do you know
Labor
that?
statistics, private consumption, government outlays, or foreign balance of trade.
No idea. But do you know that my aunt works on the G? Do you know that my aunt works on the GNP? Like where? No, I'm joking. I don't know.
I love it when you drink.
That's steroids and drinking.
Why would labor
What is not used?
What is
So-
not
Biden
is-
economics?
used
So
to
what is the-
to
what is the
calculate gross
GDP?
domestic product?
So that is what we make.
I don't
No.
know. I don't know.
I have no clue. I'm just guessing. Throwing it out there.
Not used.
I'm
What is
go-
not
used.
used to
So
calculate
Christine
the
went with C.
gross domestic product?
Heavy metal one with C too.
Okay.
I'm going to disagree. I'm
I
going to
don't
go
know
with
what a
A.
government outlayer is.
Ready?
Oh, it's gonna be them because they don't want to put what they put.
Ready?
Okay. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Labor statistics.
I figured labor
The gross
statistics-
domestic product is everything that is a finished product,
Like a thing.
a thing, regardless of whether it's shipped overseas or not, is everything that we produce domestically.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, so labor statistic you don't produce because it's a labor.
It's a labor.
Right.
Oh,
But private consumption, government consumption,
That's why you couldn't.
government outlays, foreign balance of trade, doesn't matter. It's all
a
part of the
thing.
GDP because it's
I
what we
gotcha.
produce.
Okay.
It's a thing.
All right. This is an inflation question.
Oh boy.
A dollar in 1981 has
That's
the
how
same
much-
buying power today as. So, what does a dollar to
In
buy something for a
1981 get
dollar
you?
to back in 81? You now need how much to buy that same dollar today? $1.89, $3.16, $4.98, or $6.22.
That's a math question. And I've been drinking.
This is not a math question.
Yes, it is.
It
No, it's
is.
not. There's no math.
Well,
This
it
is
depends upon what it is.
How much do you need
Oh.
today to buy the same dollar worth of goods in 1981?
I'm gonna guess and then I'm gonna tell you why if I'm right. Only if I'm right.
I swear I have got so many listens to on my phone for this
Right?
song.
Can we purchase? Can we put it on our YouTube channel, and then you play it from there, and then we'll get this views.
I'm gonna write my own version of
Write
it.
your own
There you
version
go.
of it, and Keith will play
Right.
that
Are
one,
we
and then we'll
ready?
get views.
We're ready.
So Christine says B, Heavy Metal says C.
And interesting, and that was it.
Yeah, go ahead and put it up.
$3.16. So there is actually out there a pretty very cool calculator that says you put in what year.
And it'll tell you what it was.
Yeah, it's basically like a Google translator. You tell what year you want to translate from and what year you want to translate to, and it literally will say
That's
that
awesome.
is
Because you
right
got
now.
to know inflation from 1981 to
Well,
today.
It
and
has it all figured out.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I
So
mean,
this
it's a very long page because it
Yeah.
goes very much into detail about all the inflation for each year, but
Right.
it's very cool.
So this is what I figured it as. So you could buy a gallon worth of gas for $1.
Yep.
And it's about $4. That's why I picked.
Oh, that's actually not too bad.
That's what I
Right.
did
not
too.
too
That's
bad.
what I was
That's
trying to
kinda
go
what I
off
was
of.
going
Yeah,
off
that's
of,
what
but
I'm
it was
Not
that
too
average thing.
bad.
Like, what do you average it
Yeah.
off of?
All right,
'Cause it
so-
used to be $1.
I think 1981 it was still cheaper than $1.
Yeah, it
Question-
was like
but
75
I
cents.
don't know that. I was not.
Well, but see, gas was see, she don't know.
What?
So
you
number
were born
8.
by then? I feel
I know
old.
it just feels so old.
I feel really
Number
old
8.
now.
What is here's a trick question.
It'll make you feel better.
What is the Federal Reserve's target inflation rate
Target
every year?
inflation rate.
They have a target.
38%.
They do. I did not know this before today. What is the target inflation rate every year?
In ideal,
0.02, 1.5, 2%, or 3.1%? Ooh, lots of staring at the screen.
Yeah.
Lots of staring at the screen.
Well, the Federal
What is
Reserve
the
has a lot to
Federal Reserve's target inflation rate. Things always
On
go
average,
up,
it's
right?
gonna-
But
yeah.
things
But
always
the
go up.
Federal
But what
Reserve
is
has
the-
a lot to lose with
but
higher
what is
inflation.
their target to try and
I'm
keep
going with
inflation
Monday.
at every year?
Don't go with me.
I'm gonna go with you on it.
Go, you get your own number.
I would like to say it was
Go get your.
0.02. I don't know.
Right? Yeah, we wish
That
it was
would be
8,
nice.
but what are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3.1.
It is not. It is 2%.
Okay.
Wow.
Fucking shit. Are you serious?
Good job, Christine.
But if things only went up 2% every year, I could live with that.
Right.
Not this freaking 7, 8, 10%.
Mhm.
They
2% is still a lot.
energy is up.
Averagely,
Energy
2%
is up
like a million.
40%.
I know,
Wow.
but that's what I'm saying. Like on an average, things are great. Everything's going good. That's a lot of money.
It is,
It's-
especially if you just
you
get a
figure
3%
that-
chilling, like,
raise.
But
everything's
think about it.
good.
If you go back and you think about it, 2% inflation rate, but on the average, everybody gets a 3% bump cost of living rate.
True.
Exactly.
So you gain 1%, which doesn't mean that you're losing money. You're gaining that little bit extra. Not that you
But are you
need to
getting a
be-
raise?
But
Are you
it is
getting any of
it
that?
is your cost of
So-
living raise. So your COLA is 3. If your inflation is 2, everything's cool. You're not losing money.
Exactly. That's why 0.02 sounded really good.
All right.
Last one.
Well, apparently my
Your math is off.
my
huh?
math is off. My counting is off. Apparently, I just noticed that. I was like, wait, 8 to 10. All right.
8 to 10. All righty.
All
Here we
right,
go.
so-
Okay.
Last question. Including the Great Depression, Great Recession, and the politics of the late 70s and early 80s, what is the year of the biggest contraction of the economy? So we had
What does that mean?
a
Yeah.
contraction of the economy by 1 point whatever percent, right? For this month, for March.
I don't know what that means.
It contracted.
Trunk.
It shrunk. The GDP shrunk, right?
Okay.
To win the pool.
So, what is the year of the biggest? So,
John
what
didn't catch
year?
that.
All right, let me put it in plain language.
Yeah.
What year did the economy shrink the most?
Okay.
So it got better.
No, worse.
No,
Worse.
got
Shrunk.
worse.
Yeah.
The economy shrunk from the Great Depression to today. What year
Our
did the economy shrink? 1932, 2009, 1982, or 2020? These are all significant dates in our economy.
Yeah. Yep. Wow. Keith is really concentrating.
Yeah, I don't think it's D.
I don't know. I'm stuck between D and D. I don't know what happened in 32. 82 was a great year.
32 was during the Great
During
Depression.
the Great Depression, but
Yeah.
I mean that's when you're at your lowest.
Including the Great Depression.
I'm gonna go with
The Great Recession was in 82?
No.
No.
Oh.
Great.
I know I'm wrong. I know I'm totally wrong.
The
on
Great
this.
Recession was
Hey,
during
hey, don't jump on
2008,
mine and be wrong.
Yeah.
2009.
Be wrong with something else. I think 2009 is right.
I don't think so.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Good.
1932 at negative 12.9%.
Wow.
What was your other ones? Did you put them up there?
No, I did not. So, not part of the quiz, but I thought it was interesting information.
Damn it, Christine.
So, when you look at it, these are, this was some interesting charts when you look at it as far as the inflation rate year over year. Actually, this is based off of that information, though, that you were asking. So 32 was a negative 10.3%.
What does that mean?
And the contraction rate was a negative 12.9.
12.9.
So the
Shrunk.
economy shrank by 12.9% in
Whew.
1932.
Wow.
And then
What was it?
by comparison, in
I
the
know.
late 70s and early 80s, so when Reagan took over in 80, and you look at this, and I know you shook your head. So the Fed's rate was at 18%.
Holy
Yeah.
crap.
I mean,
18%?
18%. That was the Federal Reserve rate.
Yeah.
Wendy and I remember that. I'm sure, Dan and Kathleen remember that. I mean, when Wendy and I mean, we were in junior high when that happened, but that was like insane.
Yeah.
So what was your
Wow.
house interest?
Oh, like off the charts.
Yeah.
It would have been, yeah.
I mean, that's the Federal Reserve rate.
God.
Can you even imagine? And again, this is why this goes back to what I said. Baby steps are not going to do it.
No, you need to
You need
do a
to-
huge
You need to make it painful right away
and
to stop it, so that way it doesn't last for years.
Yeah. Because if you stop it for 6 months, you can catch up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so same thing. If we go back into
It'll make people
just
want to
for
go get a
comparison,
job.
the late 70s, early 80s, and here's today. And we need to stop it now because this is where it's at today. And they're looking at, and I question these numbers here because of the fact that
I don't think
the
that's
current
right.
administration does not want to.
Because if we're at 7% in 2021, I doubt we're going to drop to 4.3.
I doubt that also.
Come on now. I mean, it looks good on paper.
So
March 22 projection. Yeah, we're in April.
yeah, and again, I see. The thing that stands out to me is that they say the Fed's rate is going to be 2.8 and 2.8.
Right.
Really? That's it. That's all. You
That's a space filler.
That's all you. That's all you think you need,
Somebody typed it in there.
That's a space filler. We got to throw a number out there.
right? Right? Right?
Oh, but
Yeah.
we're COVID.
Right.
That's what happened.
Hey, but Christina's our big winner tonight. She got all of them right. So,
Awesome.
Christine, we're going to send you a prize. Your prize you're supposed to get back in December.
Yeah. We'll send you
We'll
you
look and see
another
what else special we
non-prize.
can throw in there too.
We actually, guys, in all seriousness, we are thinking about starting to give away some swag. So let's get some ideas from you guys. What would you guys like to see? You want to see koozies? You want to see t-shirts? You want to see
Hooker of the week
Coffee
shirts.
cups.
Hooker of the week
Hooker of the week
shirt.
hat.
Give us.
Oh,
Wouldn't that be great?
I could see Christine walking around in a Hooker of the Week shirt.
Right?
Fuck
Wouldn't that
yes.
be awesome?
Christine, we need to
explain
get
that.
Christine,
that
you have got to
done.
have a GoPro.
It's
for
got
when
a
you go to the
shimmy
store with
too,
that,
man.
I swear.
Christine would wear it too.
So,
She would.
That's
Hooker
awesome.
of the Week.
Hooker of the week. She would wear it proud.
so give us some ideas. Go back, comment on this episode. Maybe let us know.
No, better yet, I want to see Rob wear a Hooker of the
There
Week.
you go. There
You want to
go.
know what? He would wear a pink one.
That would be
Seriously.
great. Right, heavy metal. That'd be awesome. Hooker of the week shirt. That'd be-
Yes.
you know, people would do a double
would
take.
wear
Go,
it.
what
Yeah.
the hell is that?
You want to
mean?
know what?
Just
I'm gonna
for the week,
fucking make
right?
one.
Let's do it.
Hooker of the week, and
You
I'll
know,
put Coffee Table
one,
Chronicles
you only
on the
won a
back.
single week, and two, there's a contest.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a contest
Please
for that.
go to CTC to please vote for your best Hooker of the week.
Exactly. There
You
go.
could win a shirt.
So hopefully soon we'll start up our Patreon account. We'll see. Might get that going soon.
What's that one account? I will 100% do it. What is it
What?
where you I told you about it before.
I told you about it.
It's not the
before.
Hooker of the week account, but we could make one like that.
I I could see registering that.
It was like
is the hooker
It
of
was
the
like
week.
Patreon, but
I
it
could
wasn't.
see
It
a
was like
Patreon hooker of the week account.
it was like
I just want to
dude.
see
I'm
that.
gonna
I
think
can't
of
wait
it.
to join that.
We'll have to think about it.
I will do it. I will post pictures every day of hooker.
Thank
of the
God
week.
Wendy's here, so that way I won't get questioned when it shows up on my credit card.
Hooker of the week shirt.
She's gonna be like, "You're spending a lot of transactions at hooker of the week."
And only $30.
We should
Excuse
probably,
me?
right? She'd be like, "Where do we need to get you?"
Christine
tested?
says she wear it with pride.
I
That's
know
awesome.
you would, Christine.
Do it. Let's do it. Hey, you guys ain't know anybody that does shirts. Let us know. We might have to make this
Need
happen.
a shirt guy.
So that's our thoughts. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. Thank you so much
Yes,
for hanging
thank
with
you.
us, even though we went 2 hours tonight.
Oh my
It was
God, I
a
don't
little
even
bit
know
longer
the
than
time.
normal. So we do.
We don't care.
Nah,
We're drinking.
We're
we don't
drinking.
care.
We're having. You guys having fun. That's
You were
all that
drinking
matters.
too. Y'all were drinking too.
And we are
Don't
open
just-
to any suggestions.
Yes, always.
Always.
open.
Always
Christine
open
went.
to
Yes,
suggestions.
Christine wins her Starbucks Christmas mug that's on the counter.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You'll get it by Christmas.
You are
No,
getting it. No.
I have the box.
She's gonna get it by 4th of July.
It's
I'm
a-
gonna. I will. You want to know what?
I am taking it home
could-
and I
there you
will
go.
mail
Wendy
it out.
is all over
It
that.
took us 8 months to get a damn box, but we got it. So you're gonna
It
get
was
it soon.
only 4. Shut up. It's from Christmas. You're a hooker.
I know. I'm telling you, I'm hooker of the week. Anyway,
Gosh.
as always, thank you to our first
Do you go by he,
responders,
she
our
pronouns?
military veterans,
Absolutely.
everybody who serves our country for the greater good. We really appreciate it.
For the officer running to save the baby.
Absolutely.
Yes.
There are true heroes out there, and like Rob said, let's not defund them. Let's stop
Yes,
that
absolutely.
immediately.
We need to refund them.
Exactly.
Yes.
Refund
And
them.
give them raises.
And as always, guys, thank you so much for joining us every week. We'd be lost without you guys. We just sit here and argue with each other the entire time. So,
Which is fun too.
which is always fun.
Why have the
But then
camera
who's
on?
going to wear
Right,
our Hooker of the
exactly.
Week shirts if you guys aren't here?
Sure. And we got to get pictures. If we get Hooker of the Week shirts out there, they got to send
Yes.
pictures.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Have
Yes,
to.
yes.
Spread that
We
all
have
over
to, I have
social
to
media.
find a shirt person.
I know. We gotta
Like,
find it.
now.
Like now. We need some swag, damn it. We
Shit.
got to do this.
Okay.
Anyway, have a great weekend, everybody. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Take it easy.
Bye.